Alright, what is up everybody? I was not going to stream yet, but then Cairo raided me. Hold on, my sound is off. There we go. Alright. Let's catch up on the event here. Then I might play the Bazette account or something. Or Arc Knights. I could play some Arc Knights later. That'll probably be later today though. It's weird. The FGO sucks, but I've really been in the mood to play it recently. I don't know why, but like this event is garbage. They haven't done anything to win me back, but I'm just into the game right now for one reason or another. But yeah, story replay maybe someday. Yeah, we were just talking about that in Cairo's stream, how there's so few 3-stars, and the game needs them so bad, dude. Like, we need a 3-star ruler, we need a single target caster, we need a quick support. That one just gets me. I don't fucking get it, dude. And I tell you though, there was a thing for a long time in FGO where they didn't really want a dedicated quick support, low star or otherwise, and it's because the early stages of the game, a lot of the quick DPS were overtuned. Like, it doesn't look that way now, really, but like at the time, that was absolutely the case. You had things like Kentoki and Ushi for the low stars, and Ku, obviously. But Kita and all that, like, they're just low star, the quick units, low star or high star, were just overtuned a lot. And so it'd be like broken if they had a unit like on the caliber of Tam or Merlin, in the earlier days. But then it took him forever to add Scatty. It took forever, and I feel so vindicated because I remember way back I said if they ever added a support of the caliber of Merlin for quick, it is going to break the game, and it did. They added Scatty, and that is what introduced us to the non-stop, self-refund meta that we're in now, and like 3 turning challenge quests constantly and that kind of thing. That is what kicked that off. And it's just obvious because if you look at how quick cards work and just what DPS were available, obviously if they had a support that strong, it was going to be a big problem. And then they took it even further with Castoria. But the reason why Castoria is so ridiculous, this is how it is. Like, the reason Castoria is so ridiculous is because they were trying to make her viable in comparison to what Scatty was doing, right? It's because Quick was so dumb, right? Quick was so overpowered. That's why they had to make Castoria so bananas, because if they wanted her to be viable and like, really sought after gameplay wise, it had to be that fucking ridiculous to match what Quick was doing. And yeah, that's how power creep happens. Yeah, I do think Scatty was an accident. I do agree. Or Castoria was definitely on purpose. And they said many years ago that Merlin was an accident. They didn't intend for him to be that strong. And I can actually see, that one's really easy to see because when he actually released, when Merlin came out, he's one of the few characters like this. Merlin sold better on his second banner than his first banner. And it's because when he first dropped, people were kind of like, because if you look at his stuff at face value and you don't really think about it, he didn't seem that good against Waver, because when Merlin came out, Waver was the meta, right? Waver just had such immediate upfront value, 50% battery, right? And then 20% for everybody, that's a lot. And there's big defense up, big damage cut, big damage up, right? Just a lot of good stuff right there, just boom, value, like immediate, that turn. Where Merlin, honestly, on the immediate turn was kind of meh. It's way less battery for the team initially, right? It's only 20%, no 50% for anybody. Buster specific damage up, although it has the attack up and stuff, but and when you look at his NP, it's not that much NP per turn. It's not that many stars per turn. It's not that much healing per turn. The real trick is the fact that it lasts 5 turns. And the thing about Merlin is if you nerfed his NP to be 3 turns instead of 5, he'd actually be way less good. He'd still be good, but he wouldn't be nearly as good. He's broken because it's 5 turns. Because it means it's just so easy to NP again and still have the effect up. And then now it's even easier to NP again, even sooner. Now you have even more effects up, right? And it scales out of control. And then the total NP generated by Merlin is still greater than any other support if the fight goes on long enough like that. right? Like Castoria is not matching that, no way. But he requires time to get to that point, so that's kind of the shtick there. All right, let's do the main story, and I really need to do these teapot stages, although I don't know who the hell I need Bond on my ult account, but yeah, Scatty was definitely a mistake. I don't think they intended for her to be that good. They wanted her to be good, because here's the thing, if you look at Scatty, just one lone Scatty, and the meta that was there at the time, right? So you didn't have Castoria to back her up and anything like that. It was pretty much Waver and Merlin, right? If you used a single Scatty, she wasn't really anything that crazy. Like, she really wasn't, and I'd say overall, she was weaker than Waver. It was just in specific circumstances she could be a bit better. But she was actually pretty behind, I would say, when she released. But when you used her with another Scatty, and you just got that critical mass of quick up, that's what really was just completely broken. Like, that's just way too much. Because the thing about Quick is actually the best card type. And I'm not just saying that because it's green. Hi, Meph, how are you doing? You want to back up there, buddy? But yeah, Quick is the best card type because it does everything really efficiently, where no other card is like that. Like, that's big, right? Like, they make the best stars out of all card types. Art cards don't make stars worth of shit, like, at all, unless they have, like, a bunch of help from Star Gen up specifically or something like that. Quick still makes lots of NP, right? Not as much as Art, but it's still plenty. And then the thing it's supposed to be bad at is damage, but that's the easiest thing to compensate for. And the game already compensates for it in a lot of ways. Like, Quick NPs already have the highest multiplier to compensate for their lower base damage. So, like, the game is literally already compensating for the damage problem. And yeah, it's like, it's easy, even if it didn't, it's easy for you to do that, right? It's easy to hit the damage that you need. So the fact that it makes really good NP gain and really good stars, and there's no damage problem, it's just the best card type. Now, they don't have the best support in the game, right? Because Scatty ultimately is not that great, especially when you are compared to, like, what Castoria is doing now. But that's not really the card type, that's just the, you know, units in the game. Honestly, blue is just the easiest to play. Like, blue has always actually been see blue, press blue. Like, red's always been, like, made fun of for that, but red's really never been that way. And green's not that way, but yeah, blue is 100% that way. That's how you play art teams, is just see blue, press blue. It really is that simple. Oh yeah, I'm sure this event will have a big farming stage. I'm actually looking forward to those. I enjoy those for the most part. They're not as fun as, like, a proper boss fight or anything like that, but it's a nice change of pace. I like them. And it's cool that they generally, not always, but they generally incentivize single target, and they're also normally the most meta farming. So that's nice. It's just cool to throw a bone to the single targets. Not that they add any single targets, and I actually suspect that they're going to start making a lot of those, because, like, the last one, it still was very, like, AoE accommodating, because there'd be, like, 2 enemies at the end and things like that. And I figure they're going to do that a lot, and it's because all the units to keep adding are AoE, so they're probably going to try to make those stages. That's so lame, because every goddamn stage in the game has been very AoE focused when it comes to farming, right? And then the things that were single target farming are starting to be more AoE focused, so it's just like, can we do anything here? Like, fuck. I wish 111 stages weren't even rare. I wish they were like 30, maybe 30, 40% of the free quests were just 111, like, on the enemies. Like, why not? Like, it's fine. And yeah, every time they do major story bosses, it's generally single target, so yeah, we need more single target stuff. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if the final stage is good for Pope Joan. Like, even if it's not AoE, they'll probably at least make it man, right? Like the man attribute. Okay, I'm assuming we're fighting Mephi Boy. You know what, let's do a solo. Let's mix it up a bit here. Let's do a Gwaine solo. Now, my Gwaine's a little strong, and this event is really easy, so this is probably going to be a joke battle, but why not? Don't really have command codes, but shouldn't need it. Nope, I want them. I want the Star Bomb at least, because I want to be able to crit. Can't help it. Really, if I wanted to make this interesting, I'd use like a level 70 at neutral. Ben K solo or bust? I don't think this account has Ben K leveled. We'll see if, like, say Stan has them slotted or something. What am I doing here? Command codes, that's the thing. Although I may not use Gwaine if we end up using Bin K. But it's not bad to get our Gwaine set up. So chat, there is one frame. It's exactly one frame because I look through the frames like individually on my editing program. But when Gwaine does his long-range buster attack, there is just one frame when he's leaping in where his neck is not aligned properly with his body, and it looks so stupid. Now, in motion, you really won't see it, because like the frame right before it and the frame right after it look completely normal and there's no issue. But yeah, there's one frame on Gwaine's sleep animation that looks super, super bad. I remember Arash used to have a frame in one of his attacks where his sprite got reversed. It was only for one frame, right? That's so short. But yeah, his sprite would turn backwards and then turn back around. They fixed it though eventually. They also fixed Siegfried. Siegfried, when he got his animation update, used to have no animation for sliding forward and backwards, and it looked outrageously stiff, and it was just bad. But they like ninja fixed that, and he like had his knees bend a bit and stuff, made it look better. They do that every once in a while. The Audie's helmet is pretty cool. I didn't realize though that Odysseus got a helmet costume for his third stage. I thought he only got it for his second, but yeah, no, he got it for his third. It actually looks pretty cool. Now, I still wish to death that Odysseus had a normal ascension where he was more like Achilles or something, right? Like or Chiron, right? Like a normal, you know, Greek hero looking guy, or like how Romulus. I don't know how I forgot Romulus's name. What's wrong with me? I was thinking Roma. Anyway, how Roma's got 2 normal stages and then one more out there stage. I really wish Odysseus had one stage that was just normal. It sucks when they don't do that, especially when they do it sometimes, right? Sometimes they give you your cake and let you eat it too. But at least the helmet does make it look way better. It looks a lot less dorky. And you know, the paint scheme is really cool and all that, so it's not like I hate it, but you know, he's a Power Ranger. Let's not fool ourselves here. He's a fucking Power Ranger that summons a Gundam, and yeah, it'd be nice to have something a bit more normal. But you know, not to be. Ziggurat's kind of in the middle. Like, you know, Ziggurat's not as spacey and wacky as Odysseus, but you know, he is a little wacky. Like his third stage is, you know, more normal, but it's not like as normal as some of the other stuff. Alright, what am I doing here? This is a really good command code, by the way. It adds a lot of consistency, and then like you still get the crit damage, so it's not like holding you back too much. Wait, I have no sound because I wasn't ready to stream. I had nothing set up to stream when Cairo raided me there, and like normally Cairo would say, "Hey, we're raiding green," but now he didn't even say that. He just like he was just talking, and while he was talking, he started the raid. He did that shit on purpose. You're welcome for what? What do you mean you're welcome? All right. Maybe one more star bomb. Either that or just full on damage here. But yeah, we're probably not going to use Gwaine. We're probably going to use something else here. He has like a version of 9 lives. It's different than Herc's, but yeah, he does. It's because of Mars. Romulus is quite the servant lore-wise. Sucks he's not more popular. I think he's a little bit more popular on NA, but yeah, he really just was not a hit on JP. I don't think it helped though that he came out right after Canis. That was not a good combo, putting him and Canis next to each other, with them both being Buster AoE Lancers. But yeah, he's not the kind of character that they generally like, and he didn't have loads of screen time either. So, yeah. Recipe for disaster there. But hey, I was happy with him, and I got him, so I'll take it. And he's got a normal stage, 2 normal stages. Alright, wait a minute. Is there a Benkei? Yeah, I kind of want to play the Bezet account more. I'm not gonna lie, doing advanced quests on the Bezet account is like the most fun I've had in FGO in a while. And like that Lancelot one was actually really fun, which normally it's a really easy stage, so that was kind of awesome. And then the Medea advanced quest just destroyed me on my Bezet account. If I just level like Ricky, I think I can do it, but I just could not, because the gimmick there is you've got to get through all the gutses on the skeletons and then kill 5 skeletons at the same time, and then immediately kill Medea. And, you know, I'm keeping my character's level appropriate and everything, and I just could not fucking do that. So, I needed an art damage dealer. But yeah, if I level Ricky, I'll beat it. Unfortunately, though, it'll be a bit easier now because I have leveled up some because of the story. I kind of forgot about that. Because we've moved on to America, so now my average character's higher level. That's lame. That means I'm gonna, like, strong arm it somewhat. Oh well, whatever. It was pretty messed up anyway. Okay, well, I'm not seeing no Benkei here. Fine, why not? This will be an experience. Nice craft essence. Why is that even equipped? Like, why? Like, why is that on Hans of all things, right? What the hell? The limit broken too. Get that flat damage, boys. Please make me have to break the bar and do the other health bar. That is really surprising that they made a unique stage effect. That's obviously like his lore bomb nonsense. I'm really surprised they did that. Man, now I want them to make him the challenge quest and do something with that. That's kind of interesting. Okay, we'll try to get our NP the normal way here. That might be a mistake. Let's see. F. Auto casting curse, but then we auto get a heal. Do I take the art chain? Yeah, actually, I think I do. Oh, we got buff success chance. Fantastic. I like how Cairo has that on Hans. Because, like, normally you'd want it on the damage dealer, right? But, of course, Cairo has it on Hans. Good for Guadia solo, though. Actually, that's a complete game changer for soloing Guadia with Hans. Do we rainbow chain? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna put quick last. Yeah, honestly, how you have fun in 1.0 now is doing the advanced quest the second you beat the corresponding story. Unless you hold yourself back, it's just so easy to strong arm 1.0. I really hope they do something about that at some point. It's kind of disappointing. Alright, now we do this. Although that crit spread... I'll do this though, 90%. Wait, I didn't do, fuck. I didn't do buff success chance. I'm messing it up. Oh, we just land them anyway. Oh, it's fine. Well, we're living. We're not killing. I'm kind of worried about these curses. Do we have a debuff clear? We do not. That would really help. Because I feel like that's gonna ramp out of control here. Come on, Hans. Let's see the damage. You're 120 for God's sakes. Damn it. I blame the CE, it's holding us back. I'm not even kidding. Like, here's the thing. Unless there's like something in the fight that incentivizes flat damage. Flat damage helps you less the more attack stat you have, right? Because like a percent-based boost, like an art up or something like that, if you're spamming art cards, is going to outpace it, right? And especially something like an attack up, chat, because we've already done rainbow chains. You gotta understand, chat. I don't want no pun faces in the chat here. The meta has definitely shifted to incentivize rainbow chains, right? And that means you're going to be doing Buster Art quick, which means if you just have art up, it's only hitting one card, right? Now, if you have attack up, it's hitting all 4 of them, right? And I say 4 because you get the extra attack, and you got to use attack up for that one. And so, yeah, the stat boost you would get from, I don't know, chat. I'm just making up ballpark numbers here, chat. Just making up numbers. But if you had something that gave you maybe a 15% attack up, the amount that 15% is actually giving you compared to the flat damage is just going to get greater and greater.
You're not that
because
guy.
Hans, you see, is level 120. His attack stat is actually pretty decent. So we could have an offensive CE that gives us attack instead of health, and it gives us a percent boost, right? And that would be a lot better than just you know, the flat damage, which would do the same amount even if you were on a level 1, you know, bin K. And I'm sure, chat, I'm sure there is a craft essence out there that would give you something like 15% attack up. That's certainly a thing. Now, I don't know, I was thinking about phase tanking, but it's like I could do this and this, but could be fine. Do I even NP here? Yes, because I'm pretty sure I can break, and then we might as well get the buffs. I don't know what are you talking about, Cairo? I'm giving chat advice. I'm explaining, you know, the pros and cons of flat damage here and the meta shift with rainbow chains. I don't know what you guys are on about here. I didn't even mention a craft essence by name. Not that that would be a problem, right? That would just be more advice for chat, more specifics. But I didn't even name a craft essence. Alrighty. Let's see. I guess rainbow chain again. These crit chances, though. Come on, Hans. No, I don't know what I was expecting there. I actually am curious. I do suspect if Hans had some kind of offensive craft essence here, I bet you would be seeing a pretty decent damage increase. Okay, more bombs. I'm actually cutting this a little close right now. Okay, next turn we're probably gonna do the attack up. Let's try to make stars so I can crit with it. Land the Stargent up. I actually want that. We got it. We missed the attack up though, which would have been even better. But might as well get the stars while we can. Boy, I wish his hit count was 1 higher there. I had 27 stars though, it's not too bad. He just buff blocked me. Oh god, it's... Oh no. It's Clown Boy, so it's gonna be 3. Oh shit. Look at that, unlimited duration, blocks 3 buffs. Oh bother. Well, I can do this, but yeah, there goes our damage. Uh-oh, we might lose. That's embarrassing. We didn't are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure all 3 of those cards had an over 50% chance of critting, and none of them did. Do I clown to get rid of one of these? Do I NP? I didn't sleep enough, okay, chat? Do I NP though to get rid of one of these? So then I can get the attack up. It'll do literally nothing if I do it though. But yeah, it's true. I could use this. That's true. Yeah, I guess we do that then. That's not so bad. There's a few command codes that can do stuff like that. You got the NP damage up ones, they'll do that as well. It's actually really good if you're in a boss fight. That's got frequent buff block that is like number based, like a specific number of blocks. Watch him just cast it again. That would be so ridiculous. Okay, we are about to die. I think I NP here and then go next turn. Although, what if he both blocked me? I think we just go. Yeah, I think we just kill. 100% crit. Man, our crit luck has been garbage. Like, especially that one turn where we had the 350, or like 50, 50, 60, or 50, 70, 60, or whatever it was, and none of them crit. That was really bad. Alright, I think we got it though. That was close. That was really close, because we would have died this turn. Most damage possible. Probably Buster last then. 60, 60, 40. Double defense down. We got attack up. Should not be a problem. Alright. We would have won even if we didn't crit there though. I think the extra attack would have got it. But yeah, I bet you if Hans had a more offensive CE, we actually probably would have seen decent numbers there. Also, I wonder if we were at attribute disadvantage. Let me take a peek here. Hans is man, that makes sense. And Meph is earth. How does that... so yeah, Hans was at disadvantage there. And that adds up, it really does. Especially when it's not the only thing working against you, right? When there's like multiple things working against you, it really does eat into your damage. I kind of wish the attribute thing wasn't a thing, to be honest. It's a little silly. Also, the only way for players to know about it is, unless they've added more stuff, but originally the only way to find out about it was data mining, obviously, but that's not like an official thing. It's not good game design if you have to rely on data mining to discover something like that. But it was the like interlude for Emiya, I think, where they like vaguely allude to it. And now since then, they might have added some other stuff, like a loading screen tip or something. You know, I don't read the moon runs. But, yeah, it's pretty dumb. They really need to fix that. Okay, that might be the finale tomorrow, so we might be getting the good free quest soon. Yeah, that's it. Wait, that's it right there. Okay, maybe not. We might have one more. Oh, no, I think these both unlock together. Yeah, they both say 22. So I think they unlock together. So these probably unlock late tonight. So it's, dude, you can see it right there. They're trying to make Pope Joan good because it's moon cancer, which is so rare, right? There's like so little moon cancer in this game, so they're specifically doing that for Pope Joan. And I bet you it's gonna be man. Let's see, is there a moon cancer that's man? Now they can give the class to someone that doesn't normally have it. Like we fought a Rider Caesar before and stuff like that. Let's see, okay, BB's man. So that's a start. Summer BB is Earth, so that one not as good. Elephant is Sky, that makes sense. Kiara is Earth. And then Arcawade is Star. So it's probably just BB. But the thing is, didn't they use BB on like the last event? Right? They've done like vanilla BB before. So I don't know if they would do that again, because that's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I swear they had just used BB. As the one, and it wasn't just in a free quest, it was in like the finale one like that again. Okay. Is the Gouda event. Yeah, she had like 1.3 million, didn't she, or something like that? I'm pretty sure I used Mori for that stage. Good times. Man, I wish I had Mori at 120, but I don't have enough coins. It's fucking stupid, and it's so hard to justify rolling on him when I've already got him at NP5. It's so frustrating. It's extra frustrating because it's so far away, right? Because I have to like start over because I don't get the coins for that NP5, right? If I'd gotten the coins for that NP5, I wouldn't need like as many copies, right? So it would feel more like reasonable to use SQ on it. Where now it just feels like I have to use such a ridiculous amount, and I might not even get the coins, right? Hopefully they just they do something in future. They did say they wanted to do something to give people another way to get coins, but they were very vague about it. He also hinted at doing something with the Bond 10 system, and maybe that'll happen this anniversary. I'm actually really intrigued by that. Like that was really intriguing because I hate how shit Bond CEs are if you're not Herc or a couple of other ones. So yeah, I hope they do something. All right, this is a farming stage, so not going. Wait, what account am I on? I'm on my regular alt. Yeah, we'll catch up, but we'll do each request once, and then we'll probably play the Bazette account. I'm actually really looking forward to doing some of those advanced quests. All right, let me just summon somebody that's got a point CE. Any limit broken ones? Nope. I actually got a CE drop today on my main account. I have barely played this event though on this ult account, so I don't even have one of the... Let me see if I can buy one. Yeah, I've mostly played it on my main, and I played it a bit on this Thinno account, but I just haven't really bothered on the other accounts. I am short two drops, so after one stage, most likely. Man, I remember they said like 6 years ago that they were gonna, because there's not even like, it's not like there's that many animation updates that need to happen, but anyway, they said they wanted like within a year to get all the day one servants up to snuff. That did not happen. And a big part of the problem was they've actually, most of their animation updates since saying that haven't even been for day one characters. Yeah, they gave Merlin and Ishtar animation updates, who were already so far ahead of the pack. And then they just stopped doing animation updates. But yeah, they were so slow even at the beginning. I mean, they were way faster than they are now, but they've always been really, really, really slow with animation updates. But yeah, that was so long ago. And they've just gotten slower and slower and slower, so... You know what, let's see how Gil does against Lancer. Should be fine. Especially with Gil's buff. Honestly, DW's never been competent. Like, they really never have. I mean, like, if you look at the development of the game before it launched and what they've talked about, it's always been a shit show. They've always been behind, and they've always had time management issues and things like that. Just, grass is always greener on the other side kind of thing. But, I mean, they have gotten worse, like, with development stuff, no doubt. I should have hit the 25k one. Okay, Gwang just bodies it, alright. I'm not doing too bad today, I'm a little tired, but, generally the case. I haven't seen a lot of the new Valentine's Day scenes. I really only care about them just because I want to see how they characterize characters. I don't really care about Valentine's Day specifically. That's not really my kind of shtick, but you know, it does give the characters more screen time, which is nice. And some of the Valentine's Day scenes are a lot more, like, there's a lot more going on to it than just LOL Valentine's Day, right? So sometimes they're pretty interesting. Please tell me Kriemhilde's Valentine's Day scene is about Siegfried and not you. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. I imagine it is. They can't be that big of heathens. But yeah, Jesus Christ. You know, I haven't seen like horse bindos and stuff or used. I don't know how you handle those. But yeah, I always say it, but it's the damn truth. Best Valentine's Day scene is Lobo's. Like that one, because I'm not just memeing. It's like I think it's the best one because it's got some like nice character development and it shows the character and also just how hard it is to understand Lobo, and you know it doesn't really have anything to do with Valentine's Day, but like that's fine because I don't give a shit about Valentine's Day. That is definitely the best one. And you even get a little bit of the mercenary, and he almost never gets screen time, so that's nice. There's a few though that are pretty good. It's not just that one, but that is definitely my favorite one. Well, Medusa's super dead. But those doesn't have anything to do with you. Let's see. How were they added? No, they were added at the same time, weren't they? Like roughly the same time, so that's kind of messed up. Oh hey, just casually get another CE drop. How about that? I deserve this, chat. Get one on my main, get one on my ult right after. We'll take it. Helps me out too because this account I'm not farming on a lot, so it could use the boost. I'm trying to think of though if there are any characters you've added recently that I'd want to see their Valentine's Day scenes. Yeah, it's been a year. It's kind of hard to remember what was released in the year. Mainly characters that like aren't going to be about Valentine's Day, to be honest. Okay, that ought to boost our farming ability quite a bit here. Yeah, I imagine Kodamine's is pretty whack because he's not going to be actually... Because he's a priest and all that, but it's Kodamine, right? So... There's going to be some tomfoolery there. It's very sus, yeah, I'd imagine. I'll have to check that. Yeah, that one I would like to see. Oh yeah, I remember one that was good though because it was just really good characterization is Vertra's. That one's great because that really does like show what her character is about, like her being a trickster, I suppose is the right way of putting it. Yeah, I really wish events would give more of the mats now, especially because there's so many more mats that the rotation is slower, right? Like it used to be hero proofs would be in like every other event, right? But that's not how it is anymore because there's just so many mats for them to go through. So I wish they give you more per event to hold you, longer. And then the big one is just gold gems. Holy crap, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they get a lot of different writers to do the Valentine's Day scenes, so their quality can vary wildly. Because I think they get like 3 main writers, right, for FGO, but they have other writers do bits and character bios and shit like that. And I think a lot of those writers actually do the Valentine's Day scenes when they design the character. So some of them are actually really, really different than like what you typically see in FGO. But I don't think they always tell us who the fuck writes what when it comes to that kind of thing. Alright, Berserkers probably do the same thing. On Copium, trying to find a 60% CE here. Not going to happen. Oh damn, gotta downgrade somebody here. Not that this account's going to do too much with Mori, but oh, you know what? Bedivere. Bedivere is a really good pick. Getting his second passive is huge. So if I limit break one of these, it'll be really good for like farming on one of these units because of the starting NP, but then you won't have them for the back row, so not much point. But probably just switch to using 2 DPS instead of 3 when I need more CE space. Although honestly, on the ult account, I just don't give a shit, so. Yeah, I will say, I'm not even into Valentine's Day and romance and all that. I don't care about that. But just for standards and quality and fairness, they blatantly need to rewrite the day one like female servant scenes. Like the male ones are fine for the most part because I mean some of them might maybe use a bit of a touch up, but most of the male ones came in like later down the road, so they put more effort into them. Where like all the day one females are, they have like 5-second long scenes. They're so bad. I think a few of them like coincidentally people like anyway, because sometimes you don't need a lot of time to make a good scene, right? Sometimes less is more, but a lot of them are garbage. Like a lot of them are garbage. So. A nickel a day till we get sumo side grade, or they could just give us sumo forever, right? Like just add, like imagine adding a main interlude and then you don't make it garbage and you actually allow people to get all of the rewards from that event. Like I don't know why they're so on about making things lame. I don't get it, right? You got Arc Knights over there, you know, making their events permanent, and they just give you the shit, right? And then we're over here like, yeah, no, you can't have anything. Honestly, I think what's best for Golden Sumo though is, cause let's be honest, chat, they don't have new players much anymore. Now that's no excuse for game design that doesn't accommodate new players. It's actually the opposite. The reason they don't have new players is because they don't accommodate for new players. So like they need to make more game design that, so like, hey, if you started playing the game a month from now, right, the stuff you've missed, it's not a big deal, and we've got permanent stuff in the game that will get the job done for everything, right? That's fundamentally something they need to do. I lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, Golden Sumo. So yeah, anyway, Golden Sumo, what is probably better for the community, not better for the game, but better for the community, is just to rerun it. Don't main interlude it. If they main interlude it, you're probably not going to get Golden Sumo, right? Where if they rerun the event, which they've done several times, they'll just give it out again. And I think at this point, anybody that cares it knows to make sure to get it, right? They won't miss it, and there's not going to be really any new players. Because honestly, if they re-ran it, I don't think you'd have any complaints about Golden Sumo anymore. There'd be like, you know, 5 guys. Now that being said, they need to make their game better for future-proof. They need to accommodate new players and players that haven't started playing yet. They need to make sure the permanent state of the game is fun and, you know, engaging and not too easy, but not making you miss out on bullshit and stuff, right? Because we were talking that Cairo was doing that advanced quest where you fight BB, Himiko, and Antonio. And that fight, you can do it just AoE, but it's really designed around you counterclassing each one of them individually and getting the stage gimmick where you do massive counterclass damage. Right, and you can reasonably get a Moon Cancer to counter Antonio because BB is available at all times. Now that's you know a little annoying to have to go through that entire event just to do that one advanced quest or whatever, but you know you can do it. You can get BB, and a lot of people are going to want BB anyway because she's popular. And then Antonio's a little sus because he is story locked, but ultimately it's not. That advanced quest is pretty far down the list, right? So by the time you get there, you're probably going to have Antonio. And even if you don't, you have a very reasonable way of getting him if you want to. It's not that big of an issue. However, they should still add a 3-star Avenger to FP Summon, absolutely. But then the last one, right, which is you're fighting the enemy BB, where the good way to get big damage is a ruler. There is no accessible ruler. There just isn't. If I started playing the game today was my first day playing the game, there is no way I can get a ruler free to play. There's just no way. Right now I could coincidentally get a rare ruler just through good luck, right? Or through saving up and focusing on a banner or whatever, but it's very likely that I could get to that advanced quest and just have no ruler for that. And it's designed around you having a ruler, right? Clearly, right? And that's not good game design. So if you're going to make a permanent stage like that, that's designed around having a ruler, then make sure everyone can get a ruler no matter what. Like, hello, right? Of course you should do that, right? So we should have like a 3-star ruler, an FP summon, or you know, a permanent welfare. You can get like BB at any time. I don't think that's the best way of doing it, but I'd take that over nothing, right? But yeah, they just don't do that stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, Antonio sucks at his AoEs, because almost anytime budget players need an Avenger, they need single target. You're not going to be farming with Antonio much. I mean, you can if you want to, but there's not much reason to. But anyway, he is good enough, though, to take out Himiko, right? The Himiko in that stage. She doesn't have that much health, and his crits with his buff and everything is absolutely enough to take her out. You know what'd be really cool is if they added a 3-star single target version of St. George. They'd make an AoE, by the way. But anyway, if they could make a 3-star ruler version of St. George, because there's lore to support that, and put that in FP summon, that'd be awesome. Honestly, I think the best way to do the Tez fight is using a Berserker. Like, Berserker is not the best for that advanced quest, especially for like the free-to-play Berserkers. But Tez is totally doable with just Berserker stuff, thankfully, because taunts are really good there. But let me BRB real quick. I need to get water real fast here. I didn't get water in advance because Cairo raided me out of nowhere. Alright, I'm returning, chat. I better see responsible individuals in my chat. You know what? Somewhat responsible. For some reason, Shark Jam's not working for me. It's just showing the text instead of the, That's strange. Let me check the bot. Okay, someone do Shark Jam again. I want to see if on the chat preview if it's working. Yeah, it's working on the chat preview. But for some reason, I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's just because I popped out my chat in a window or something. That's weird, though. Anyway. One more stage to go here. So, chat, I have known many people in my life, friends and family, and actually a coworker once, that have had health problems related to not drinking enough water. There's actually a lot of health conditions that can pop up because you're not drinking enough water, and you get like kidney stones and things like that, right? All kinds of bad things. And yeah, I've known quite a few people where that's happened to them. Thankfully, I have never had any problems with that because ever since I was young, I have just loathed the feeling of being like even just a little bit thirsty. Like, so I'm just sipping all of the time for my whole life. I'm just constantly sipping on water. Because yeah, I just can't stand being thirsty, so I've avoided those problems. But man, I've seen studies and stuff that show that a lot of people don't drink enough water. Like, a lot of people don't drink enough water. And we're having a water shortage, and most scientists say it's going to get really bad in the next like 30 years. And it's not because we're drinking too much. That is not why. We're having a water problem because companies are using hydraulics very inefficiently and wasting unbelievable amounts of water every day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure like significantly more water is used for hydraulics and stuff like that than people actually drinking it to live, which is it's just ridiculous, dude. I mean, it's just stupid, but yeah, it's the world we live in these days. Okay, fighting sabers. We don't have a lancer, so I can use whatever the hell I want. I need to actually pay attention to how hard Dwayne is hitting right now with him being at 103. I actually suspect at 120 he's going to be a pretty nice general bruiser for this kind of farming style that I do on my Opalon. And if he gets an MP upgrade, because he still doesn't have one, if he gets one, that's going to be awesome. That's still kind of meh damage there, to be honest. Yeah, his MP is definitely his weak point. I don't remember the exact amount. I know also the amount of water intake you need varies based on like your size and your diet and all kinds of stuff. But it's good to just make sure you're drinking a good chunk of water every day. You don't need to go overboard if you're not even slightly thirsty, right? There's no need to be just like chugging water or anything, but a lot of people just don't notice when they're thirsty. That's like a big thing. They don't really pay attention. I have not had that problem in my life. It's actually the opposite. I always get really like annoyed when I'm thirsty. It's not even companies being unethical. It's just unoptimal, right? They're just a bit wasteful. Random monkey there, just hanging out. Alright, well this damage is going to be ridiculous. And Gil gets the counter class. Chat, if you check the star attribute on the wiki, the Ort is listed because he's one of the few enemies that gets that kind of attribute, and yeah, he's actually got like a Saint Graph picture and all that for his Grand Foreigner form, and they do that a lot for like in the bios in the game and stuff, like Solomon and all that. And yeah, you can just see Ort hanging out there. I'm like, God damn it, why can't we have that? Attribute sus, yeah, a little bit. I don't think people would complain about, like, companies being shown as evil in video games is pretty normal, and people don't really have much pushback to that. Like, what was that game that just came out? Like High Rush? Something like that? It's all about an evil corporation. No one gives a shit about that. And the thing is, though, when people generally complain about it, it's because you should. Because although corporations can do shitty stuff, when you portray them as, like, cartoon villains, right? That's not gonna ring true, right? Because even though you have corporations wasting money on water or just wasting water like crazy and stuff, that doesn't mean the average employee is evil. It doesn't mean everyone in middle management's evil. That doesn't, it's a cog, right? A lot of these companies are just systems. There's no one individual that's some evil mustache twirling guy, right? So normally, if you portray them that way, people are like, yeah, that's stupid, right? But like Armored Core, for example, is all about corporations getting more and more out of hand and getting more and more power and stuff, and they didn't get any pushback for that. And most games don't. It's actually one of the most common like villain type things is just evil corporations go brr. So okay, well that's good enough for now. Chat, I cannot believe. I still have so much. This account had like 730 SQ, 40 SQ, or whatever it was, right? And I was like, fuck it, we'll roll a good bit, try to get Pope Joan. Yeah, I didn't have to do that. It's so ridiculous that I still have all this SQ over here, and I have NP3 Pope Joan. So yeah, it's very silly. But hey, I'll take it. Just save up for the next thing. Alright, let's do some advanced quests on the Scuffed Bizet account. Now, we're going to be a little over-prepared for a few of them because I've been leveling up and I kind of forgot to like keep up with some of the advanced quests, but it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, my guess on window size there was not even in the ballpark. I still think I need to level Ricky Boy for Nadea. Not bad to level him anyway, though. Although really, in the long term, I think Ushi is just way better. But you really need an art DPS for that fight. It's just the way that it is. Besides, I like Ricky, so I'm not mad if I level him up. Okay, actually, I didn't level up that much. It should be okay. I thought I'd leveled up to 60, but I have not. Alright, where's the lad? Okay, that one's not the locked one, so I presume that one's not going to be in P5. There he is. Okay. Imagine having foe items. Boy, that's not gonna help. Like, 1,000 stats is actually a lot when you're lower level. Like, you've only got like 4,000, 5,000 attack. It's a pretty big deal. Yeah, look at that. 1,000 attack is almost a third of our attack right now. It is good to level Ushi and Ricky, but I have Bizet, so that's not really true anymore, right? Because Bizet can fill in so well for that kind of thing. So you really only need one rider at that point if you have Bizet, I would say. It's kind of like if you have Melt, you probably only need one rider and one assassin. Or maybe an AoE one as well, but I don't like that. Shit, that's a problem. Maybe I can do it at level 40. I really don't want to do that Void Dust right now. I very much think they're going to release the Olympians. I just don't think it's going to be soon. People just don't think far enough ahead. Like, do you all remember back? Actually, most of you probably don't, but like when we were way back in like Camelot in Babylonia, you know, there were so many characters and things that they were like, oh yeah, we're never going to get that. And now, guess what? We have those things now. They just didn't happen soon, right? Like that. They revisit concepts a lot, and like in 3.0 they're gonna have to do something, right? And it's probably gonna be a 4.0 they're gonna have to do something, right? So I think it's extremely likely they're gonna eventually do Agravain and a lot of the Olympians and stuff. Maybe not every single one of them, but some of them I think absolutely. It's just, yeah, there's no reason for them to use up those resources right now, and also they can barely keep up with what they're doing at the minute, so they're not gonna go above and beyond with anything. Yeah, there's so much crap that people were like, they're not going to do that, and then they did. I remember people used to be so on about, like, welfare's never coming back, and events not getting re-ran, but then they did. And, like, collab events used to not get re-ran at all, and then they did. And then people were like, summer servants don't get buffed, and then they did. And like, oh, but welfares don't get buffed, and then they did, right? It's like, they do these things, and just, they're not going to do them immediately. But yeah, there's no reason for them not to, you know, revisit Greek stuff eventually, right? Like, Zeus may not get added just because it's Zeus, but I think the other Olympians are very likely to get added. What we really fucked up, though, is that they might add, like, one of the other Olympians we haven't seen yet before they add one of the other ones. That could definitely happen. I mean, Jesus Christ, look how long it took them to add Roland, dude. Like, my God. Alright, advanced quests. Yeah, and Charlemagne, dude, that was a thing for so long, and I saw people constantly being like, oh, they're never adding Charlemagne, but then they did, right? It just took a really long time. Okay, the recommended level is 45 plus, so us being level 50 is fine. That's not a big deal. Yeah, actually, you're probably gonna need to level up for these other ones. That's right, we beat London. I forgot how this stage goes. God damn it. Okay, so there was you had to get rid of the guts, and there was a lot of guts. There ends up being 6 servants, so you have to be strong enough to kill all of them. We were using Charlemagne, but I remember he was really pushing it. It was not ideal. Got him, that's not ideal either, because yeah, he's NP1. If he was NP2, it'd be no issue, but at NP1, I'm iffy. Mordred would be better if I like did her upgrades and stuff. We got our Rosh, but he doesn't have his upgrades either. Let's see. That's right. How did we get his NP? Because I remember that was the thing, was you needed to be able to NP with him at a very specific time. So I actually think we need to not use Bizette here, sadly. Because she doesn't do enough damage. Actually, it's not enough damage, it's she does the damage too late. Boy, I don't know if Ricky's gonna be able to, cause see, the good thing about Bizette is she can kill the assassins, and she doesn't die to the assassins. Well, Ricky will not kill them, and he'll die to them. That's a real problem. What's the hardest hitting CE we got? So we got this one. I don't think I want to do Black Grail because the tick damage would actually kill us at this level, very much so. Do we need David for the survivability? It'd be nice if we didn't, but I have a feeling we're going to need some. I don't know, we could do Bizette just to help kill things. Oh, right, though, you need David to survive Medea's NP because you need the evade, and Charlotte. This is why Ushi's good, because Ushi has hard survival. Let's see. Wow, David's got decent stats right now. That's nice. I mean, if you don't kill, you're gonna lose anyway. We're not gonna go around for a second round. I don't know if he's gonna kill. At level 40, I don't know about that. That's not that much damage. Now, Medea's got a thing where she takes more damage from art units, but still. And then I remember it was tough to have Charlemagne actually do enough damage to kill all the skeletons. I think what I could incorporate into this to like help out a little bit. Having one more filler unit, because like, I think there was something about like Charlemagne showing up like at the wrong time. I don't remember what the deal with that was though. Well, let's try this, and then just kind of get a feel for what's happening. It's not like I'm going to remember. The final unit is just not going to matter at all. Like, if this part doesn't work, you're just going to lose anyway. All right. I think we wait to taunt with George. Just hope the assassin doesn't fuck us up. Oh, this damage is not good. At least he got the guts. Of course. Of course! Every single unit attacked Ricky. Holy shit, what is wrong with this game? Alright, gotta maintain NP gain to offset the drain. That's what makes the stage hard right there. That's like what does it. There's so many more skeletons to deal with. It's really hard to not kill this guy, the way the deck is. You need to not do 1,000 damage, because David could attack twice, and then he'd hold guts, so then we'll need to not do 1,000. I think the only thing I could do is get a Brave Chain on somebody. That's unfortunate. This turn is going to be bad no matter what I do. I forgot to use David's evade, I'm pretty sure. Well, she does no damage to George anyway, because she has attack down, he has defense up, and he's counterclassing. Guess we'll use it for the next one then. We're not going very fast. It's a problem. Let's see. This is so much worse than last time. Like, we're just going, we have no damage for getting rid of these assassins. I need to not do 4,000 damage at the first attack. Yeah, I was worried about critting, so that's why I went with that. Yeah, only 2 of them are actually set up. I remember the thing, Charlemagne has to be able to NP the second he arrives, because he has a battery. He's got 20% battery, but if he gets drained one time, then he can't overgauge, so then it's impossible for him to NP for the entire fight. So he has to NP the second he shows up. This one is going to completely screw me up. And like, these two are just going to take like an hour to actually break. Wait, why did I do it that way? We're not rainbow chaining here. I mean, if Charlemagne doesn't die though, you can just try to keep his NP up and then use the battery, like after being drained, I suppose. I think we've lost, it's just taking too long. Also, they've attacked Ricky so much. It's crazy that he's the closest to dying when he's the same class as George, and George had taunt for 3 turns, and we used the heal on Ricky. There's just no way to do. Ricky is just not good here because they're the assassins. Maybe we cut David though. The thing is, David helps a bit, but yeah, we're just going way too slow. Like, we're not even close to being ready here. Like, that's the first guts we've gotten off an assassin this entire time. Of course. That's bad, because now my evade's going to waste, and then I don't know if we're gonna have Charlemagne where we need him. We actually need George to die so Mash shows up so she can protect Ricky. So bad. I should have had Mash before Charlemagne, but I wasn't expecting David to die first. So Charlemagne needs NP gain to minimize the battery issue if we're draining us. That's actually good. Please don't kill Ricky. Oof. That gives us another battery as well. She should be fine. You don't hit that hard. Crap. We have to not do 1,000 damage here. Although if she doesn't resummon it right away, then it's not so bad, or if she resummons a different class. Because if one of them is still alive, you can just bap it before the NP. So I just need to take the guts off of one of these. I really wish someone just had a Brave Chain. I could do Ricky's Brave Chain, but that obviously wouldn't work because it'd involve an NP. Who is them? Okay, Ricky might not do 1,000 damage, but he's got 100% crit rate. If he didn't have a crit rate, actually, this would be looking pretty good. Well, guess we try it. Ricky, don't kill it. Ricky, you killed it. Well, we're fucked. The only way we're not fucked is if she doesn't instantly resummon that slot. And she does. And it gets the guts. That's so bullshit, dude. Now we've lost just because of that. Literally because I could not attack after the guts, we've lost. That's so stupid, dude. Yeah, I needed a Brave Chain on anybody. And I don't think there's any way for us to go around the wheel again. Maybe if we get like a really lucky crit here. Like we need to take out this first health bar really fast. Oh my god. Ricky, we could have taken out the other guts there, but he just barely didn't do enough damage. Yeah, I think we're dead. Oh, that's really frustrating because that's not a tactics thing. There's nothing I could have done gameplay wise to improve on that. I was just never got like the right hand to deal with these final guts like that. If you accidentally kill one of them, it's just so bad. Well, no one died there, but we're on death's door. Also, our attack up is gone, because I did it when I did it because I thought I'd be able to use my NP before it wore off. Okay, if no one dies here, we actually can still do it. Because somehow we made it that many turns. Oof. That was so close. That was so... Okay, the question is, do we actually have enough damage? Definitely using this, because it's now or never. It's a shame he doesn't have just a slightly... like just a little bit more NP. Because then I could use Mash's thing and give him the 200% and you hit a little bit harder. Let me think here. Right, let me, I guess I could have used Charlemagne's, skill before. We could have given someone else invincibility, but there's no point in doing it now, because if we don't win this exact turn, we're just dead. And the NP gain won't matter. Okay, so I have to hit this and do 1,000 damage, proc the guts. Charlemagne NP, he has to kill everybody. And then Ricky has to do 200,000, roughly. Let's see, that'll do 1,000. Alright, let's see if it works. Okay, they're all dead. Shield is gone. By the way, that's not actually evade. Even if you have a sure hit, you will do no damage. It's a unique effect that you absolutely cannot damage Medea if any of the skeletons are alive. Will it work? Yeah, I don't think it worked. Oh my god! Oh my god! It's... Oh my god. So if I had given Ricky the Void Dust, he would have killed, obviously. Well, it's over. I wonder if you can use flat damage on her. I actually don't know. I don't think so. And you can't dot her because of this, but that's so dumb, dude. That's where faux items would make the difference and things like that. Honestly, I think we just come back to it later. I mean, I did the strategy as good as you can do it, and it's so dumb to use Void Dust to get that damage, so I think we just move on for now, just because it's not worth what I have to sacrifice to actually beat that. I just do not think is worth it. So I'm not gonna need Ricky like ever again for anything else. I don't think. Maybe Demeter's backup, but Ushi's way better, and then Bazette will deal with most of it. So. Okay, I have no idea what the gimmicks are here, and I can't read any of that gibberish, so I'm gonna just go in blind. Good music, though. Yeah, we'll do that. Or maybe David. Yeah, let's go David. There might be some nonsense here. Man, I need more anti-debuff on this account. I mean, we're really early in the game, but probably time to start saving up for Asclepius, I would say. I don't even know how much SQ we have at the minute. Do I have Hans leveled yet? Wow, I don't. This really is like my most scuffed account. Although, the Steno account is actually more scuffed in many ways, because it's so much farther in the game. Like, it's okay being this scuffed on an account that's not even at Camelot yet. The only really important skill to unlock on Super Romulus is his second passive, to be honest. That's his best one, because he's got his own battery skill, so those two things combined, it can be really good. The thing about the 3-star account is, although it's scuffed in the fact that it's only using 3-star craft essences and all that nonsense, but it's got like all the 3-star units that are good. I guess it doesn't have Zhu Fu now, because I haven't played it since then, but, and their skill ranks are in pretty good shape, so... Like, if that account wanted to get shit done and it just used the story support, or used the friend support intelligently and just started using the... Because it's got K-scope and all that, it's not allowed to use it, but it's got it. That account could actually smash stuff if it wanted to. Also, it could just grail key units, and then it'd really be fine. Does this account not have code? Oh, no, it does. It's just not level 20. I don't remember if they're considered wild beasts. The thing is, his stats at level 50 are so much higher than Ku's. Yeah, Proto Ku is a great early game unit because of the way his stat curve is. Oh, I'm at 91 out of 91. Okay. Team cost issues. The reason I don't really play the 3-star account anymore is because I don't want to grail things, because I know it's, if I actually put in the time and like leveled up the perfect units for each boss battle and stuff, even with 3-star craft essences, I still don't need the grail things. But it's just, it's too tedious. Like, I don't have the time to level up that many units to like, just for that one fight that you're on. And then here's the thing, people just won't understand this unless they actually play it. Like, people, like, they just don't get it. But it's like, when you are doing a boss fight with the bare necessities, like, you're using the least strong stuff possible, but it's at least enough to technically win. And a big part of that is 3-star craft essences, because no one uses 3-star craft essences. Don't lie to me. No one in my chat uses 3-star craft essences. You can be the freest free-to-play that there ever was, but all you're using is the 5-star CEs to get from events, and, you know, K-Scope and 2030s. That's all people use. Yeah, you can be the freest free-to-play there ever was. Yeah, Jeweled Sword. But you're not using it on like your DPS, right? Using it on your support and stuff like that, your backup unit, right? Everybody's using 5-star and 4-star CEs, just period, right? And people just, I don't think they realize how dumb it gets. It's not a strategy thing. I know the exact strategy to do like every boss with the 1 to 3-star setup. I've been playing this game so much. Right? I'm not really blindsided. Now, sometimes I'll know like 3 or 4 strategies that work on a boss, and I don't know which one of those 4 is the absolute best, like take this method or that method, but I know the various methods that are effective on every boss. The thing is, when you're that scuffed, right, because you're using 3-star craft essences and 3-star units, your total value, like the amount of damage you can do per turn, the amount of survivability you have in the long run and stuff, you barely can do the boss fight. Like, just barely. And because of that, RNG has way too much of an effect on things. It's not fun anymore. Like, that's just the thing. The 3-star account is just not fun. Because it's not about strategy anymore, right? Because I got the strategy. It's about that you don't have enough value, so you have to get lucky enough. Right? Or go level up like the absolute perfect units for the stage, right? Because like obviously I leveled up a lot of general stuff that's good all the time, but then you'll be in a specific boss fight, and it's not about having the units that are pretty good for the fight. You have to have the exact 6 servants that are the absolute best 6 servants for that fight. And a lot of times, half of those units you'll never, you won't need them again for like 3 or 4 singularities, right? Like you level them for that fight and then never use them again, right? And so it's so tedious. It's so fucking tedious. Like, it sucks because it's fun beating bosses with a minimalist setup and finding like, I'm really proud of like the setup that we use to beat like Horse Bindo and Landling, and the setup we use to beat Lee, right? Like and stuff like that. Like you find these ridiculous, you get so good at the boss fights, and you find the absolute best way to approach them with the minimal stuff that you have. But yeah, dealing with this extreme RNG, like how much you have to get good luck. Because here's the thing, no matter what setup you have, I really want people to understand this. If you're using 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, all stars, right? Doesn't matter. RNG has a huge effect in this game because of the deck shuffling, right? Like where the cards go on what turns, and where the crits go, and who the enemy decides to attack, if the enemy crits or not. The thing is, normally, you can weather bad RNG, so it doesn't matter, right? Like, even if the deck shuffles in a bad way, you've got strong enough MPs, you've got enough battery from your supports and stuff that you can still get the damage where you need it. You have enough survivability that even if the enemy crits at a bad time, you'll still live, right? So when you're working with like a full deck of cards, if something goes wrong with the RNG, you're not dead, right? It's fine, generally, right? There's some exceptions. You might 4 turn instead of 3 turning, right? You might 5 turn instead of 3 turning, right? You might have to use your backup DPS instead of your main DPS, right? That's what will happen to you when the RNG goes south, if you brought a good team, right? If obviously you brought a bad team, you can still lose, but if you're using like reasonable craft essences and higher rarity stuff, and you understand the fight, you know what you're doing, you're not a scrub, you're not a dummy, and you bring an applicable team, and you get bad RNG, you'll still win. The more you boil it down, the more basic you get, the more simplistic you get, the less that is true, right? The more the RNG can just run everything and make it so you physically can't win no matter how good the setup is and that kind of stuff. And yeah, in the earlier parts of the game, that's not a big deal, and you can still win with some bad RNG here and there. But as you get farther in the game, it just becomes you figure the fight out, you know what to bring, and then you just roll the dice a bunch until it works. And that's just not fun. Like, it's just not fun. It sucks because it's really like interesting to like see how you have to approach it with that shit of a team and all that kind of stuff, right? There's a lot of interesting stuff there. So if I remember correctly, they have damage resist and it goes away if you charm them. Unironically, Steno decimates this quest because she's an assassin, they're a male, and then charm gets rid of their damage resist. We have no charm though, so also I guess their stand-in for this quest is Matahari, but fuck that nonsense. Let's see how much damage we can do though, just out of the box, just like face tanking the... Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. Also, they do damage up. They have a damage up. I think they do damage up against females. I think this is more damage against ladies, and then this is just damage resist, I think, in general. I don't know, maybe it's just damage resist against ladies, though. I don't know why I didn't do this evade first. That would have made more sense. Decent turn, though. Funnily enough, I always focus on males, right? Because I generally like them more, but our assassin is Carmella, and so that's not gonna work here. Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Battery skill's not leveled up. Could use them. Oh my god! Like I normally level Darius and stuff like that. But because we're using the whole point of this account was to use units we don't normally use. We leveled Cream Hilda, right? And shit like that. So it's not great. Okay, so the damage resist is not gender based. It's just their offense that is. So Fuma would be really good here, but really what we need though is charm. Like we need Matahari or something like that. I don't want to level that just for this though. A little too specific. So I think I messed up. I shouldn't have used Mash's defense up like I did because we had 2 turns of Heart Survival there, so it's just wasted. It's better off to cast it now. Oh great, quick down. That's not what I wanted to see. I mean, we might be able to brute force this if we use like Hans and that kind of thing. Maybe. I don't know how I'm gonna do the next one though, we'll see. I wonder if they count as wild beast. That would actually be helpful. Also, I wonder if you can insta-death them. You can definitely insta-death the bronze one, but I don't know if you can insta-death the gold one. That wouldn't hurt though if you get an insta-death here and just take one of them out. Curse Arm is like probably the best insta-death chance for an account like this right now. Damn it, they only did 1 NP. Oh, I got this. I'll just see that. I don't know if that one's sure hit is more than 1 turn or not. We'll see. You know, the stream title would give one a hint if this was an advanced quest or not. Okay, that was a lingering sure hit, unfortunately. I mean, Bazette's trying her best, but like, look at this one. He's still got loads of HP. Okay, so true damage would actually be good here. We're out of hard survival now. You might be able to counter a little bit more with that heal, but and maybe David will get this, but yeah, he will. He'll probably get 1 more. Come on, Bazette. Carmella's not gonna do well here, so. This is kind of a fucked up stage though for like how early in the game they expect you to do it. Like a lot of people aren't gonna have access to a lot of charm here. I think honestly Steno probably does better than Shootin' here. Like Shootin' doesn't do that much true damage and stuff. Steno will just destroy this. Because especially if they're insta-deathable, because I think her death rate is actually really high, because if they are insta-deathable, she'll just fucking destroy them. And then she has so much uptime on charm that she'll just constantly get rid of their damage resist, and you'll just melt them the old-fashioned way. I think it'd be way faster than Shootin' stuff. Shootin' is AoE though. Yeah, actually, Steno is guaranteed to proc insta-death, so it's only up to their death resistance. And if they don't have a lot, then yeah, that'll destroy this. Matahari's okay, but like Matahari doesn't have 100% charm rate like Steno does. So yeah, there's some issues there. And like she's AoE charm, but the thing is, what if you're not targeting the right unit, right? So I guess you could use an AoE assassin, but again, this is early game. You're not gonna have that much luxury. But like, let's say you've got a single target NP and you're going for this guy. And then Matahari misses the charm on this guy, but then charms this one, right? Like, it's not great. Yeah, if you had Steno and Shootin', that'd be really, really good. But honestly, odds of you having that this early in the game are pretty bad. And obviously Steno is just way easier to get, but you might not have Steno either. But yeah, I think Steno is like the best unit to just carry somebody that's completely unprepared for this stage. Like, she has 2 100% charms. And then one of them is not tied to a cooldown, and she has insta-death, and you can definitely insta-death this one. Shootin' would be really good though if you were doing a more high-end setup, but if you're doing a more high-end setup, this stage is going to be really easy anyway. Alright, I gotta wait 1 turn. Do David's thing. Actually, no, I can do it now because it lingers. Shoutouts to David still having his original evade, by the way. I wonder if their damage resist amounts are different. Like if this one's got the most, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. Because that's the problem, is these two are still so healthy. Oh fuck, he still has a taunt. Crap, we gotta wait. You know, I probably should have done David's art card last. Just get that NP gain. It could help. Oh, Carmella is not good here. Yeah, that is sure hit, so a big no on that. What do you mean? Carmella! That was gonna save us! What is wrong with you? We're dead now, because that one goes first, I think, and it sure hits will go through the evade and just kill Bizette. And the other ones don't NP, so they won't do enough damage to kill her. Oh, I hate day 1 FGO, dude. Like, so many units have skills like that that don't really do anything except an RNG chance that if you're not ranked up, it's not gonna do anything. But when you're new, you're not gonna have your skills ranked up, right? God, FGO, dude. Ugh. The music. Oh, the music. This is a pretty good song, though. Yep, he goes first, instantly kills her. That completely Carmela's fault. Yeah, we only would have done like, you know, 5 or 6k or whatever, but... while we're here, let's see if... oh, I don't have anti-beast yet. Okay, well... Chat, I really don't want to level Matahari just to do this stage. That's just dumb. Let's see, what else is available for Charm, though? Because the thing about Matahari, if you don't rank up her skills, I mean, her Charm chance is just nothing. Also, she has horrible synergy with Bizette, because if she charms them, they won't attack, so then you can't counter them. Chat, has anyone else noticed that Bizette has actually been really crap for advanced quests? Like, we've consistently had problems with her, with just the way the counterattack works. Now, I'm sure there'll be an advanced quest at some point where it's going to be the opposite, where she'll actually help us. But there's been so much stuff where, like, the counterattack timing just makes it not work. Like with Medea, it doesn't work because the evade comes back. Matahari's charm chance out of the box is 30%. And if you rank it up to 10, it's 60%. And then her NP... okay, she's probably NP 5. So her NP charm chance is 60%. So there's at least that. But, she could only combo with an AoE NP, otherwise it'd just be too random. I could give her K-Scope and just try to have her, like, nuke one of them at the start, right? Before she dies. Just, like, level her up to her default thing. Maybe ascend her once, because that's easy. Anyone else got Charm? Not really. This is for free-to-play new account. It is Matahari or bust. Oh, we have Steno. Why do we have Steno? Why we literally made this. What is going on? Remember, we made the Herc account, right? And then we made the Steno account after, and then the Steno account got Herc, right? And then after the Steno account, we made the Bizette account, and then it got Steno, right? We're like inheriting stuff here. Let's see, how is Steno if you don't level her up very much? I'd be pissed if we leveled Steno again, though, just because of the Steno account. Her charm chance is so much better. Oh my god, her skill is 70% by default. And then when it's ranked up, it's 100. And then her NP is just 100. So Steno is just way better for this. This is stupid. This is actually stupid. I kind of watch. What do you want to see, chat? Because this account's not really supposed to be a free-to-play account. We're supposed to just use what we got. But I'm curious, like, how viable is it to do this, you know, stage? Because if you're free-to-play and you're doing it early, you're gonna have to do Matahari unless you get lucky. All right, chat wants Steno, and she is the better pick. No question, she's the better pick. It's not close. She's much better. If I actually leveled Steno, she'd be really good here. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I gotta at least ascend her once, though, to unlock the charm. You could probably use Uriel as well, it's true. Her damage will be less good because she's not counterclassing, but she still gets the anti-mail stuff. The question is, does she charm before damage or after? Because if she does damage first, it would be kind of bad, because you have to get massive diminishing returns. It doesn't say. I have a feeling she charms after, so that's not as good. Does she have instant death chance? No, she doesn't. You could still NP though and have someone else NP. You could still do that. She does have skill, charm on skill. The thing is, that's just that's diminishing returns because now you're charming the target that's already charmed. That's really bad. Where like Steno, you can just do one at a time. Honestly, leveling her is pretty easy though. I can at least take her to 50. That's like no commitment at all. The thing we really can't do is level up her skill much. I could give her a debuff boost, CE if we got one. Although I might just give her starting NP because the insta-death chance is pretty swell. Alright, that'll just have to do. Shame she can't give us the attack up while she's here. I'm sure I could level her up enough to get the attack up, but I'm not gonna bother. Okay, what can we adjust here to improve things? So, now, damn it, that's the problem though. Bizette is just bad for the stage because if they're charmed, Bizette can't hit them. I mean, she can normal card smack them and she can do decent damage with that. Let's see, what kind of damage are we gonna see? See, she doesn't have her upgraded NP yet. I don't know about that. She does have 8,000 attack though. How much attack does Bizette have? 9,900. That's a good bit more. Probably because she's foed. I bet you she's not foed. Yeah. That's actually impressive. She'd have 9,000 if she was foed, so that's pretty good. So, these are our 3 DPS options. She's NP2. She's a Berserker. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like doing normal card damage with Bizette's not gonna be great. But I don't know. If she doesn't have her upgraded NP, I don't think that's gonna be great either. And if they were female, it'd be great, because then you get the bonus damage, but they are not. I'm mainly worried about the gold one, because I suspect we're eventually gonna just insta-kill the other ones, and, you know, that'll be that, but, Alright, David's still a good kind. Well, I don't know, is he? What I really want is Hans. I don't even know why we haven't leveled Hans yet. I think we were saying we were gonna use, Edison instead, but the thing about Edison is he doesn't really get that good support status until you do all his buff quests. And he doesn't heal. Yeah, we gotta level, Hans. The only way we don't... Wait, is our Steno NP3? Please tell me that's not the case. Because the Steno account has Steno at NP1. Yeah, I wasn't paying it. Please tell me she's not NP3. Hans has to do a bunch of rank up quest bullshit too, but he's still useful out of the box. Well, we don't necessarily need to do it for this stage. Well, I mean, maybe we do. I don't know. At least take him to 25, and I'll just ascend him, and then we'll see. Oof. Pure prisms, though. Steno's NP3. Oh my god. What the fuck? How is Steno NP3? What? Oh my god, dude. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, that is stupid as hell. Why did Uriel have so many coins there? Still only has 90. Maybe that's Uriel on the team then. There's no way we could have 90. Actually, if that's Uriel on the team, then it's... No, that's Steno. How is she NP3 but she only has 90 coins? Is it really that bad to... Like, I know it's bad for 4 stars, but holy shit, that's bad. That's messed up. Yeah, we'd have to get a bunch of bond as well. Like, if she had, like, just the bond 5, she could probably get 1. I was gonna get her anti-rider damage or something, because that'd have been really good. I guess Bizette can be a cleanup unit to some extent. I probably haven't even kept the defense up, so that's attack only. That's damage cut. There is a 3-star defense up that's pretty decent actually, but I doubt I've kept it. You don't normally need it. Is the 4-star one's cheap enough? You could just do Kim Lon, that's not so bad either. Problem with that is if he doesn't have starting NP, he's not really gonna get anything done. Cause like my Steno account has a passive on Steno and she's only NP1 and it's just because of Bond. So if I was NP3 over there, I'd have like another passive or so. Unfortunate. Okay. So I guess we'll try to insta-kill this one first, just because it's, I suspect, the easiest one to insta-kill. Now my battery skills aren't leveled, so they're not going to give as much. Chat, the Copium Dream is you insta-kill this one, and you've already cast normal charm on this one, so then she target switches, and then Carmella NPs this one. That is some serious copium, though. I'm going to try it. This is such a that they don't even have magic resist. That is very statistically unlikely. Okay, well I guess I'll do this in case the other charm fails, although the other charm is 100%, so I don't think it can fail, actually. And the insta-death is 100% as well, but they might have a degree of resistance. Well, let's see what happens. Well, we did not get the insta-death, so they have at least some degree of resistance, but we did get the charm, which I don't think there's any RNG in that. I guess I could have done Carmella's attack up from the Mystic Code, but we'll see what we get here. Not enough to kill. It is a lot of damage, though. It's going to be tough. If anything... Okay, actually, I'm going to reset, because if you're going to play that way, you should kill the gold one, because I suspect the gold one does the most damage. So if you're gonna fuck one of them up, fuck that one up. It's just kind of tricky because I suspect the only one you're likely to insta-kill is the bronze one. So I guess you could just go for that later. I wonder, like, generally bronze enemies don't have that good of death resist, so I bet you if you had like King Hassan or something, the insta-death would just happen. I would hope anyway. Alright, not looking great on NP gain here. Sinnoh doesn't actually need any, but Carmella does. Dude, you know what? I'll NP with no Carmella here, just to see if we get it. I'll save this for one turn. Although maybe I shouldn't have done that because this is our guaranteed charm where the other one's RNG. Wow, they have magic resist. Why do centaurs have magic resist? Excuse me. Oh, that's bad. Oh my god, that is so dumb. That is so dumb that they have magic resist. Just because you're a magical creature doesn't mean you have magic resistance. That's not how that works. Man, now I want to bring debuff up, but it's really nice having K-Scope. What debuff ups do I even have? I have no idea what filter is the, because there's a bunch of random okay, there's that, and that's actually pretty helpful. Oh, that's rough though. Start at 0 NP there. There is a CE that has starting NP and debuff chance up. I should have checked if I had it because I know what that one looks like. That is a lot. Yep, awful master, isn't it? Not as awful as Protoku's master, but close. Although I will say, objectively, as bad as Protoku's master is, like she's stupid and she's a bitch and she is sexist, that is not as bad as the psychopath who is like a mass murderer, you know, willing to like wipe out, you know, all the life in the city and all that. That is definitely worse. But I don't like Protoku's master very much because she's such an idiot. It's pretty annoying. Let's see. I think I ignored Carmella's art card. Either that or she didn't get it. That might have been a mistake. I just need one of these to die pretty quick. Okay, no, there's the art card. Then I still can't quite get hers though. I can always do this this one though. If this was ranked up, it'd have a 115% chance of landing, where now it's at like 80-ish%, and then he's got magic resist, so not the best. Ouch. RNG. There we go. I'll give Shinji credit for that one. I could mash taunt. Nah, I'll wait until there's no charm. Yeah, it's not time for that. Rainbow chain. Yeah, well, rainbow chain. It's not like Sinnoh would get that much on that turn. Like, Protoku's master's a little evil. Not like that bad though. She's mostly just stupid and ignorant and, you know, reacting to trauma in a very poor way. That's the main thing, I would say. The other one is like a psychopathic murderer. Okay, we can do Steno's. And then we could follow it up with at least this normal card damage if the stuff doesn't land. The thing is, she's about to get her NP again, which is actually ridiculous. You know what? Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. Wow, Steno really is going to do a lot of work here. 96. I should have ranked it up one time. Okay, we gotta wait a turn. I was gonna give her the battery from MASH, and then I was gonna NP, which could insta-death, and if it doesn't, then we'd get the NP damage and all that, but, no, just gotta wait. Alright, let me heal Steno, because if she, like, got crit or something, that'd be pretty devastating. Wait, Steno has to get NP here. Oh, no. Well, no, I could give the invulnerability to Steno in a pinch. Okay, there it is. Okay. This stage is actually kind of fun. It's just really gimmicky and stupid. The thing is, like, these gimmicks aren't, like, good enough for when you have a prepared account and you're, like, they get added to the game and you're already an advanced account, right? It's only really fun if you're, like, weaker, because then you have to worry about value and damage and that kind of stuff. Where there's like no replay value here once your account's like flushed out. Do I want MASH to live? I actually feel like I don't. Problem with that is I'm gonna whiff this entirely. Although I guess I could do it on MASH and get the attack up, but I think I'd rather do like Steno's art card. Alright, we have a 115% chance to charm. I could invulnerability somebody and evade somebody, and then if MASH lives, then taunt later. But I think it's not that good of use of this. Especially if this one dies. Okay, yeah, we'll just do this. And maybe MASH lives. I highly doubt it, but... I mean, I could give MASH the invulnerability, but then George wouldn't show up, so I don't see the point. We do not have the defense down. You know, I probably should have MASH NP'd, actually. I think I might overcharge Steno's, and he... Dude, there's no way he has that much magic resist. Like, that must have been like a 5% chance or something. Because we're capable of charming with our skill, which is like 80% chance or something. So it can't have that much magic resist. And then our NP, it's 100%, and it has the debuff up, so it's 115%. I want to test this before the turn resets. We're like slightly cheating, but I want to see. I want to use MASH's NP just to see if the overcharge actually makes like a difference. Because I mean, let's see, how much is it? It adds 25%. So we'll see if an extra 25% gets it. Because I don't know, maybe the bronze one has like way more magic resist than the others, just for some kind of cheeky nonsense. But I can't imagine that. Anybody got Atlas DB up? Because I'd actually be really curious what... Good luck finding this stage in Atlas DB, but I'd be really curious what's going on under the hood here with these guys. Like, the fact that this charm can land when it's not ranked up very much, but then they still have the capability of guarding the NP is just really weird. Although, I don't think I've ever NP'd the other two. I've always NP'd this one, I think, and that one keeps guarding me. Alright. So we have 140% chance to charm. So if he still guards it, then his debuff resist is nuts. You'd have to be 40% or higher to you have any chance of guarding it. Well, he didn't guard that. I don't know. I suspect their charm, their debuff resist is probably 20 or 25%. So that it's still crazy unlucky that we got guarded so much. I don't know. That's weird. 3k health. I can probably finish him off even with the damage resist, which I need to because he's got his NP. Well, MASH is alive, but it's not so bad. This should do plenty of damage. He's got the defense down still too, so we're good. Actually, we barely did that. We needed the extra attack. Holy crap. But yeah, I stand by what I said about Steno being a real carry here. I mean, look, we were getting destroyed before, and now we're winning. And this is such a scuffed Steno. This is a level 50 Steno at 1-3 skill rank. Like, it is crazy. And then, like, it's not, no offense to Carmella, but she's very replaceable here. She's level 50 without her NP upgrade, and she's NP 1 skills, and she doesn't have foe items. So, and these aren't female enemies either, so there's nothing special about Carmella here. Atlas says it's 30%. How did you find that so fast? I believe it though. That does seem about the correct amount for what we were seeing. That really is unlucky though, because that means with the Shinji CE, they had a 15% chance to resist, and that's not very good. So that's crazy. I cannot believe you found that so quickly though. While you're there, I'm curious, can you find the, like how much damage resist and stuff they have? Also, which one of them has the highest attack stat? I bet you it's the gold one, but the bronze one is actually the highest level. But I'm guessing the gold one. Oh yeah, and death resist. I'd really like to know the death resist, because we've actually never insta-deathed them, which is kind of crazy. I'm shocked though you actually were able to find this stage. They have a 90% damage resist. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, so if I overcharge with Carmilla, we're almost... Actually, we are, I think, guaranteed to land a charm, but I think we just have to go for it. And if it doesn't work, I'll just rage the hell out. So they have a 30% debuff resist. I have a 115% chance, so... Gold has the highest attack? Yeah, that makes sense. He's actually seemed to hit quite a bit harder than the other two. If this charm fails, we're actually gonna have a bad time here. It's gonna take forever. Oh, no, there it is. They have 500% death resist. That is ridiculous. Why would you do that? Oh wait, no, okay. They only have that. Dude, that's so specific, dude. That is so specific. They only have the death resist when they're not charmed. Let me guess though, Steno applies the death before she applies the charm. I bet you she does. Otherwise she would have definitely killed one by now. Because like her death rate is really good. But yeah, she probably charms after, so that's fucked up. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to charm with the skill and then NP, which that's diminishing returns again. It's still good, right? Because it's infinite damage at that point, but you're probably not going to want to do that unless it's the last enemy. I will say if it's the final enemy, you might as well do that. Okay, somebody gonna get fucked up. Honestly, I think Steno's the most valuable at this point because sure, charm comes back and like you don't need an NP damage to do 12k and stuff. So, sorry, Camilla, you're not necessary here. Wow, though Steno really was super good here. Because I mean, this account is so bad, like just so bad. Let me look at Shootin's kit again though. I want to see if I'm forgetting something. So she's got a charm as well, but it's 60%. And with them having 30%, yeah, that's actually terrible. Because they have 30% magic resist, so she only has a 30% chance to charm anybody. That's really bad. And the NP doesn't charm. That if her NP had a chance to charm, then it wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, I don't think Shootin's very good here. I think if we replaced Steno with Shootin right now, we would have lost. Unless we got crazy lucky. But she doesn't have enough flat damage, especially at lower level, because it'd be a Shootin at level 50, right? 50, 55. You're not going to have all of her buffs and stuff. There's no way you're going to get enough flat damage. Yeah, she doesn't even have poison up until you do her buff quest. So yeah, Shootin would suck. I mean, she wouldn't suck. If you had shooting and Steno, it would be fine. Although I really do think a single target's better. It's just better synergy with the way Steno works. But yeah, I stand by what I said, that Steno is a much better carry. The thing is, like, the dotsum shooting at level 50 are just bad. I mean, you're gonna do 1,000 damage. Like, whoop-de-doo. Like, that's not gonna help very much. And you're basically never going to charm anybody. And then every time you NP, you're going to do way less damage because you're AoE. And it'll only do good damage to the one enemy that's charmed. So the damage on the other two is basically nil. So, you know, I do think shooting is fine once you're max level. But once you're max level, this stage is just not going to be hard anyway. Like, and so when you're doing this quest as we are doing it now, the only way I think to really get bailed out, like, honestly, I think Motohari is probably still better than shooting. Although Motohari would have to be leveled up, she's easier to level, but still, it's kind of just a bad time no matter what there. Honestly, yeah, this stage is just going to be a bitch if you're doing it level appropriate, and if you coincidentally don't have Steno, because Motohari doesn't have great charm chances, and then they got that 30% resist, so I don't know what the hell you would do. Yeah, I think hands down Steno is the best here. No, we missed that one, but that was kind of to be expected with the resist they've got. The only way I could see Motohari maybe working here is if you had a servant. Oh god, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this actually makes sense. Oh my god, chat, I was gonna say debuff chance up, but then like Fuma wouldn't be really good for that until he's higher level. So guess what servant is most free-to-play accessible? Yep, it's Phantom, and he's an assassin. I actually think they did that on purpose because these are writers. Now, they didn't make Phantom back in the day for that, but I think they made these guys writers and stuff because of that, because they didn't have to use centaurs. They could have used any enemy type. But yeah, Phantom and Motohari actually have pretty decent synergy here, and Phantom won't take the female bonus damage, so he's basically never gonna die here. That's so dumb, but that actually would probably, it'd take a while, but that would probably work. And you could even give Phantom debuff success chance up to make sure he lands it. Because if he lands it, they have no debuff resistance at all. You would actually, oh, it's right, you get bonus too. That, I think, let me look at Phantom. Because it can go into like the positive, so things that would like have a chance to fail no longer have a chance to fail. Let's see. Okay, so here's the problem with Phantom. His debuff resistance boost is good, but it's only really good once you do his NP buff. Now, you might be able to do his NP buff really early game. Yeah, his NP buff is tied to his interlude, which was added to the game like back in like way early in the game. And all you got to do to get it is have him be Bond 3 first ascension. So you absolutely can have Phantom's buffed NP at this point, like no problem. You actually probably will if you bothered to level him at this point. Because if you don't level his NP, it's a 3-turn debuff with 20% success chance up. If you do the buff, which again, that's one of the easiest buffs to do, it's 6 turns, which that's longer than Merlin. That's ridiculous. It's one of the only 6-turn effects in the game, and it's 50% buff up. So he's getting rid of their debuff resistance entirely, and then giving Motohari a bonus 20% chance to land the charm. Like, I'm completely serious. If I had to do this with like the most scuffed account ever that had no rare stuff, and I had to do it at low level, that's what I would do. Absolutely, I'd level Phantom and level Motohari, and it'd probably work, honestly. It might take a minute, but I think it would work. I mean, the thing is, Fluffy is still pretty bullshit even with the Castoria they give you. Now, obviously, they know you're going to use the Castoria, but he's still really hard regardless. But yeah, 100% they want you to use Castoria in that fight. Like, I've seen this multiple times, right? Someone said this in my chat the other day, and I've seen multiple people say this, acting like Castoria is just like an optional thing. She's not. You cannot summon regular friend supports in that fight. You can only summon story supports, and your only story supports are Castoria, Mash, and what's his name? Sherlock. And they're in no world are they planning on you using the other ones. And you know, because the fight is all about debuffs, and only Castoria removes debuffs. right? I mean, it's like Jesus. But yeah, I trying to like, I've seen that a lot. I've seen that on like YouTube comments and stuff. People are trying to act like, because people are like, wow, this person, like, oh wow, Green used Castoria, right? Oh, this fight must be so hard, right? But it's not, using Castoria in the fluffy fight is not like using Castoria against like Lancer Lee or something, right? It's not. It's just because the fight pretty much makes you do it. Like and the only other 2 units you can bring are completely useless, and you have to bring one of them. So, and then Sherlock's a 5-star just like Castoria. So I mean, there's really no. Like, I've never seen a single budget player not use Castoria in that fight. Right? It's not like every other fight in the game, and I'll see people use wording and stuff to try to like make it an equivalent to those other fights, but it's just not. Because when you say she's just optional, that like implies, you know, it's like every other goddamn fight in the game, but it is absolutely not. Yeah, I don't think Sherlock even gets a... I mean, look, I can't remember. I don't think Sherlock gets any gimmick whatsoever. Mash, I don't think gets a gimmick either. She's just higher level than she's supposed to be. But she's not FO'd either. I think Castoria is the only one that has like a gimmick in that stage. Let me check though. I gotta find it. Where the hell is Lost Belt 6? There it is. 0.5s make it kind of hard to find it there. Okay. Should be way at the end. Let's see. So Mash is level 100, right? And she normally can't be level 100, but not FO'd, so it's more like she's level 90, so it's not a big deal. They don't actually seem to, on the wiki here, they're not actually listing even the gimmick that Castor Artoria has. So if the other ones have a gimmick here, they're not gonna have it. I'm trying to skim through this, maybe I'm just missing it, but yeah, they don't seem to show, they don't tell you on the wiki that Castor Artoria does the first skill every 3 turns thing. I don't think, though, the other 2 have any gimmicks. I don't remember that being a thing. And even if they did, there's no way it's worth anything with the way that fight is. If you don't have lots of anti-debuff, you are going to die. Okay, now we got snakes, and then we got... I kind of want to do this one just because this was one of the first ones they added. But we'll go in order here. We'll see what the snakes... I don't know if I ever did this one, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm sure there's a few videos out there of people like showing off and using homes or whatever, but the thing is, there's no, I guarantee you that team was nothing but OP bullshit, right? Just like some of the most broken, you know, 5 stars and CEs and everything. There's just no fucking way you're doing any kind of setup that is even remotely practical. Because the thing is, even if you're using OP bullshit, Sherlock's not practical. He's not even slightly practical. But yeah, basically, anytime I've seen people bring up that you don't have to bring Castoria, I don't think I've ever seen them clarify that you still have to bring a story support, and there's only 3 story supports, and the other 2 are useless. Like, no one ever says that. Anytime people try to bring attention to the fact that you don't have to bring Castoria, they always just word it in like this way that's like, oh no, they're still, you know, like going out of their way to use Castoria, but like they're not. Well, I have absolutely no idea what this stage is on about, so... Boy, Muramasa, not a great pick for that fight. I mean, if you have strong enough supports, it'll work. You can make any DPS work if the stuff is strong enough, but... No, it's not NA only people. I know exactly the mindset. I know some of the people that I see saying this kind of crap. They're always the people trying to like take people down a peg and shit like that. Now, I mean, coincidentally mixed in with that, I'm sure there are some people that just don't know. Like, sure, that always happens, but. Yay to normally eat peanut stuff, because it's normally someone being like, oh wow, I'm surprised, you know, X YouTuber used Castoria for this, or wow, this fight must be so hard they're using Castoria. And then one of the comments is like, oh, well, she's a, you know, story support you have to use. And then the reply to that is always like, actually, but then they don't clarify like the actual specifics. They're just like, oh no, she's not a 4-story support. Like, it's so disingenuous. Like, never mind the fact that you absolutely have to use a story support no matter what. Like, that's a pretty relevant piece of information there. Let's see. Well, our rider situation is still pretty yikes. Hopefully this is a fight that, so far though, like every fight ever has shut down Bazette. Hopefully this one won't be like that. We could do Roland if we want buff removal, but that rarely works here. I could do David. What's a good damage support that we have right now? Nothing. We don't have a good damage support right now. Yeah, I need to add Nerdage. It's a good one. That lets you choose some boss fights, but I mean, honestly, not really. And so far, all the advanced quests, she's actually done the opposite, where she fundamentally can't do the gimmick, just because of the way the timing works. I've actually pretty much never seen Bazette choose anything though, and then people will point to like her doing so well against Fluffy and Ort and stuff. But then look at the rest of the team. That is so relevant. It's like what's actually cheesing this is the broken value you're getting from these ridiculous supports and stuff. If you just throw Bazette at a boss, it's not gonna do shit. I think the player base is fundamentally just, they're so used to all the OP stuff, they just assume everyone has it all the time, and that's like the standard, but it really isn't. It's just that's all the videos and all the whales and that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, Herc will do really well in Camelot. None of the bosses there have gimmicks to shut him down. Gwain's a little tricky. You need a properly upgraded Herc, but if the Herc is upgraded properly, he can do Gwain. It's fine. The only Gwain that really was a problem for Herc was the Anniversary Gwain. But I bet you could do it now. Back in the day, you could not do Gwain with Herc. I mean, maybe if he was like NP5 and shit, but because I made a video of that. Let me see if I can find it. I want to see how strong my Herc was. Because I remember I did that stage over and over and over again, and I found the absolute most optimal way of doing it, which was actually kind of an abnormal playstyle, so some people thought I was throwing, but I absolutely was not. And I had done it in the more typical way as well, and it just did not work. Let me see if I can find that. I don't remember how strong the Herc I used was. I just spelled Gwain wrong. Okay, there we go. Now this was before 120, this was before his third skill buff, like all kind of, okay. I used a 10-10 NP5, alright, so you can barely get stronger than this, Herc, at level 94. And back then, the only thing you could do to make Herc stronger would grill him to 100. And 6 levels would not have made a difference. Let me see, how much health did Anniversary Gwain have? He still had 147,000. And Anniversary Gwain has like a 50% damage resist. So 141,000, like practicality wise, is way more than that. So it was not possible. I don't think no matter what you did, unless you maybe some crazy RNG happened with you critting nonstop or something, you're just not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. However, the amount of value that Herc has gotten since then is so high that I think now he could do it fairly easily. Because now you can be 120, but even if you don't have that, you've got his third skill buff. And like the third skill buff is really all that you would need. We've got command codes now. We've got, I mean, just so many things. So Herc could probably do Anniversary Gwain now at level 90, I suspect. If he had command codes, if he's got his third skill buff and that kind of stuff, I think he could do it. And he could definitely do it at like 100 and 2k foe and all that kind of nonsense. But yeah, Anniversary Gwain is much, much harder than Camelot Gwain, because he's got all of the best positives of Camelot Gwain, I think he's got the outdoor damage resist and the indoor fight, and then he just has more health, right? It's wild. I actually wish if there was a fight that they could just add to the game permanently, I really wish they would do that one. I think that'd be a great boss to just have all the time. But yeah, Herc will, with his new third skill buff, he should floor Camelot without much trouble. And like Lion King, right, does the whole Pierce invulnerability thing. That doesn't do anything to Herc because he's got guts. So you just use the evade on a normal attack turn, and then you use the guts for everything else, and you'll win no problem. Yeah, the third skill is locked, but most people aren't using their Hercules. They're using someone else's Hercules. Like story support, because you're not locked out of story support for any fight in Camelot. Now, if you're trying to use yours, you're going to have to take your time to farm up a bit, because if you don't have his third skill buff, you can still do it. You absolutely can still do it, but you got to get the bond CE. You're going to have to get your skills to 10, 10, 10, you know, that kind of stuff. But you can still do it, especially if you got 2K Fode in advance. But yeah, most people are just going to use a friend perk. But that shows how, like, 1.0 is balanced, because you're not going to get a free ride in Camelot if you have your own Hercules, because you can't have your Hercules strong enough at that point, because he's not going to be 2K Fode, he's probably not going to be 10 10 10, he's probably not going to be Bond 10 yet. He's actually still really good there, by the way. There's actually a Gwaine solo video with Hercules where he's not using the Bond CE. However, I'm pretty sure it is a Hercules from, like, later in the game, or, you know, abnormally upgraded and stuff, but yeah, if you play through Camelot smoothly, and like you always use the story support, or you always summon a support about as strong as you are, it's still plenty hard, right? Like, I'm sure this account will still have a hard time in Camelot, because I'm not going to cheese things with a friend support, so. Yeah, friend support is really what's made 1.0 a joke. Very much so. Anyways, what the hell am I bringing? I guess I could just do this for an extra damage dealer. And then that. And if we get to this back part, we're probably dead. No idea what the gimmick is here, though. One point off. Decent enough. Alright, to war. Actually, I don't think the way they're doing it is the best way to make money. I think it's quite the opposite. I think the reason... FGO has no new player retention. No one enjoys 1.0 anymore. Almost everyone that plays 1.0 gets bored out of their minds and quits. I actually think the way they're doing it is bad. People like big numbers once they have like something relative to play it, you know, like to reference it. Just seeing Herc do a bunch of damage doesn't really mean anything, right? People want to actually have fun. And I'm telling you, FGO does everything wrong for people to have fun. Because they condition people not to take boss fights seriously, because none of the boss fights are hard until Camelot. That's bad, right? And there's so much filler, so of course they start wanting to bring really strong stuff to just get through all the wyverns that you have to fight over, and the zombies you have to fight over and over and over again. That's not fun, right? Like if they condense this to, oh yeah, okay, for YouTube, no, you're correct. Okay, that's absolutely, yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, that's not good for the game. But yeah, YouTube, yeah, very much about just LOL 3 turning, big numbers, you know, supports, go burr, that kind of thing. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and you know, clickbaity, you know, all that stuff. It just is what it is, you know, that's what gets you them views. It's 3 waves? 3 waves in an advanced quest? Oh boy. Really wish I had a stronger mash right now. Guessing every snake has a gimmick. I like how this thing has a defense up that it's not showing. I knew that was gonna happen. Like, I just, the one thing I didn't want to have happen is Bazette get attacked a bunch at the start, and of course that happens. Okay, at least that one's gone. Well, I guess it's NP time. I'm gonna try not doing hard survival yet, though. We'll do the art. The thing is, I think people are pretty tired of the way they do anniversary quests and how rare they are, and just like they've exhausted all the fights at this point. I really do think eventually they're just going to do story replay. And the thing is, I'm serious. I think the reason they haven't done story replay is not actually something like malicious or anything. I think it's a manpower problem. Like, very much so. With what they've said in like interviews and the anniversary events and stuff where they've acknowledged that people want it, I don't think they have a problem with adding it at this point. I think they did in the early days, but I don't think they have a problem with adding it anymore. I think the reason they're not adding it is because they can't, I mean, they barely can pump out like new main story every 6 months and then like a few events in between that are like bare bones and you know, just add a few characters and stuff, right? They can barely keep up with that. But they do not have the manpower and man hours to put into doing something like that. And with the spaghetti code, it'd probably be an outrageous amount of man hours. It should not be complicated to add story replay at all. But with the situation they're in, I think it would be very complicated for them to add story replay. So I think that's why they don't. Which, yeah, it shouldn't be that way and it sucks, but, you know. Tis what it is. Alright, this one does something like every turn or whatever, so I'm going to try to murder that now. I could have rainbow chained and made that crit 100%. That might have been worth it. But she's got crit up right now. Okay, she got it. Okay, this one's healing every turn. That's not great. I can one-shot them with Bazette's in P, but I think I can kill one anyway. Yeah, I actually think a lot of FGO's problems at this point are an issue with staffing and hiring and man hours and stuff. Because there's just so many examples of like the other games around them doing way better. They can't be so stupid to not look at any of that kind of stuff. And wow, that sucks. Smash died and she never did her invulnerability. I guess this thing has like an attack up gimmick though, but that I like how Ricky is the tankiest here because he's a rider, but he's also just not getting attacked any. Like, I think he's been attacked like 1 time ever. Okay, just to ensure that Bazette doesn't die, we might kill this guy this turn, but I'm gonna do the taunt because I really do not want Bazette to die here. Smash dying like that was pretty bad for us. Okay, yeah, we didn't kill it. Because if this thing had killed Bazette right here, that'd have been GG, I think. Unless Ricky's gonna really impress me. I have to imagine when they ask people what they want reran, most of the people that like answer, it's just random nonsense. They probably don't think about it too much, so I don't think you're gonna have like concise data that clearly shows what people want. Okay, this one has a crit damage, this one has a crit chance. So generally if you're a crit chance more, so we'll go for that. As long as the attack or debuff, and I think I don't think they have buffs that they cast on themselves. They do debuffs, so they'll always proc the counter here. I think we're set. Go West rerun. Actually, people would be pretty happy about the craft essences though from Go West. You got like the Undeath one with the fence up and stuff. There's some useful thing, and Ox King's so good. Like, people like the rewards just fine, but the gameplay is trash. They'd probably change it, though. Like, they've done reruns where they drastically change, like, the point gain and how things work, and they'd probably get... Wow, we almost one-shot it. Oh, George still had taunt. Well, thankfully the AoE debuff counts. I didn't think about that. Alright, that was ultimately not too bad. Although we could have lost, like, if Bezetta died, I think we would have been fucked. They don't have a lot of rider value. Yeah, that one Da Vinci event gives the... Here's the thing, though. The lottery on Death CE is nice because it's a attack stat instead of health stat, so it's easier for them to die, and it's an extra 5%. No one's going to complain about an extra 5%. But people have Kim Lawn, right? So it's not that big of a deal. A lot of the CEs people really want is because there's not good alternatives to them. And that really shows the value of Golden Sumo. I'm not even memeing here, because Golden Sumo does have 1 million CEs that are like relative to it and can be replaced by. It's just Golden Sumo is this one-stop shop, you know, that is good for everything. I tell you what, though, I'm actually curious, Shao. No memes here. How many of you have just dealt with it and you have craft essences? Like, you've leveled Aerial Drive, you've leveled the Virtua CE, and you've leveled the Christmas Quick Up one, right? Because, no joke, if you're in that situation, you actually don't really need Golden Sumo that much. Yeah, it's still a bit of an upgrade for some units that, you know, rainbow chain a lot or mix up their stuff, or, you know, of course Golden Sumo is still really good, but it's a pretty minor upgrade if you've already, you know, leveled 3 CEs of the other ones. The main thing is, because the main thing that's good about Golden Sumo is so you don't have to level those other CEs, right? But if you've already leveled them, it's too late, right? But yeah, it looks like a lot of people have just bit the bullet and just leveled all that other stuff anyways. And I kind of figured that was the case, so. Okay, so the best way to do this is have a proper counter class for each of them. I'm trying to remember what the kill order at best is. I think you want to kill Artoria first because she's AoE. The thing is, there's like they do something on death, and like some of their effects are more annoying than others, so that actually affects your kill order a lot, but I don't fucking remember like who goes where and whatnot. Let me level David, so we're gonna want to do that anyway. Well, the thing about the Sei CE, it's actually not on par with Sumo at all, because the whole draw of Sumo is its insane general value, not its stage specific or like niche specific value. It's actually generally not very good for that. Well, I mean, it's fine, but it's something special for that. The Sei CE is like the opposite. It doesn't really do anything unless you're specifically fighting the man attribute. Which you fight a decent amount, but it's not, you know, there's way more stages where you're not fighting it than when you are, so, you know, it's a niche type pick, you know, it's your, you know, specialized kind of thing, so it's really not really in the running with Golden Sumo. It's just, the problem with it is actually that even in its niche, it might, I'm not sure, but it might still be worse than Golden Sumo, and that just makes it bad. But yeah, I'd actually like to test it. Sei is leveling it up to 100. It's kind of hard to test with someone else's unit though, because you have to have the same unit in the same circumstance, do it over and over and see the general stuff. So to really test it, I'd have to have my own Sei CE at 100, and I'm probably not going to take it to 100, so it's going to be really difficult to get really good data on it. You can use it like maybe the Sei CE at like level 30 or 40 or something against 100 Sumo on the same unit, and you try to just calculate the damage difference from it not being 100, right? So if it's getting blown out of the water, right, you know that it's obviously not going to win at 100, but if it's like kind of close, then it might tie or even be a little better, right? Yeah, I did the survey. I always take my time with those and try to... I even get like translations to get the text that I need to type out, like for feedback. I try to, you know, type it in Japanese, not English and stuff. But I don't know if Seistan has... I don't think Seistan has a level 100 Golden Sumo. I think he does on NA, but he doesn't have the Sei CE on NA. He's got it on JP, and I don't think he has Golden Sumo on JP. He's one of those. He's one of the have-nots, chat. The only way I could do it is if he slotted a unit that I had with it, and we both have it at the like deer mid, right? If we both have deer mid at level 70, 10, 10, 10 or whatever, right? You'd have to, the unit would have to be absolutely equal in every way possible, and then you find a good stage for just like, you know, generic damage sponge stuff, and then you use both of them like 3 or 4 times. Actually, we might be able to get that sorted out. I'll have to see. You know what? I'm gonna request this. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm gonna do it right now, chat. I'm gonna request a Say Stan account review update, because then I can see what he has and see what I have that matches. I'm gonna send him an ad right now. Requesting a JP main account, account review, that's better, account review update for many reasons I will get into later. There we go. We'll see what happens there. I may regret that, but I'm sure he's gonna try to pull some shenanigans, because he tried last time and he fucked it up, so I'm sure he's gonna try something. I'm gonna have to be on guard. Okay, we actually kind of need XP. I can get so much XP from doing FP summon, but I think I've been putting that off quite a bit. Yeah, we got 500,000. Oh joy. Because this account's a year old and stuff, so. I'll do a couple, but I'm not gonna just. I'll do this off stream at some point. Grab a little bit of XP here. I mean, you get XP pretty quickly from FP summon. I mean, look at this. By the way, this CE, unless you have the 4-star version, right? Or is it 5-star? I don't remember. Anyway, you should keep one of these on you just in case. When you limit break it, it's 20% debuff resistance. And when you put it on units that have their own magic resistance stuff, there are certain fights that it's really, really good. And there's even supports that you don't need to give them a different craft essence, so you might as well. Now, if you've got the 4-star variant, you don't really need it, because the 4-star variant is 25% debuff resistance. But yeah, it's not bad to keep that in mind. Okay. David? Pretty good stats right now, actually. Oh yeah, no, collect Sakura scopes, absolutely. Great CE to have anyway. And you know, generally when you use it, you want it on a support. And I'm telling you, some of these I've seen many times with hard fights where you're cutting it like super close on your HP on a key turn with the support unit. So having health instead of attack. Yeah, David's he's worth that. But yeah, get your Sakura scopes now, absolutely. You want at least 2 of them limit broken, I would say. It's not bad to have more, but 2 is generally enough, I would say. Yeah, Sakura scope's great. It's cheap, doesn't take up a lot of your team cost. And a lot of times you don't need K-scope specifically, especially with the new passives and everything. It's totally fine. And yeah, honestly, I have never seen a use for Ilia's scope. Never. Maybe on a new account, you might use it for a DPS when you haven't gotten some kind of like golden sumo stand-in. But yeah, I've never, on my account that's advanced, I have never seen a use for Ilia's scope. Like because it's not a DPS craft essence. That's the thing. For those who don't know, because I'm guessing some people don't know, I can show it here. Although I don't think this account has a Sakura scope. because I think it might have been made after that. I think everyone knows what Sakura Scope is. Like, everybody knows that one. Anyway, JP has removed Sakura Scope from the gacha for just some fucking reason. Well, do I not have either? Oh no, okay, I do. And they replaced it with this, which is exactly the same in terms of the effect. It's 75% starting MP when maxed, but it's full attack, which most people knee-jerk and act like that's a good thing, but then when you think about it and the kind of units you actually give Sakura Scope to, it ain't DPS units, so you don't want attack stat, so it's actually a downgrade. But it's still good, right? It's still nice to have a cheap 75%, easily obtained starting in PCE. My biggest beef with it is actually just the fact that a lot of people were like halfway done with Sakura Scope, and then it gets removed, and then you have to start over, so it makes it way harder to limit break it. So yeah, it just fucking sucks. But what they should have done was just kept both, right? Like they did with K-Scope and Cope Scope. That way you have double the odds of getting one of them, which is awesome. That would be really helpful. So if they're gonna remove something and remove some of the trash, there's so many trash 4-star CEs they could get rid of that nobody is gonna use ever. The other thing they could have done was put Sakura Scope and FP Summon. That'd actually have been really cool. They need to remove a bunch of junk from FP Summon though. There's so many garbage ass craft essences in there that now FP Summon used to be so much better. Well, it's better now in that it gives you the high-end XP stuff, and you can get no joke, the Saber Lilies. That's great. Saber Lily's awesome for new players. Like, she's really good with that super upgraded NP she gets and everything. Very good farming unit, and even challenge quest stuff. But anyway, FP Summon's really strong now just because of the other stuff, but the CE stuff in FP Summon is awful. It's so bloated at this point. Okay, maybe we kill Robin last just because Ku is such a good cleanup unit. Yeah, I'm thinking we want to kill Artoria first, but she might have like the least dangerous on death, or the most dangerous on death effect, but I don't remember their on death effects, so we'll just have to figure it out. So do that, and then I guess Proto-Ku would be the next one. Is there a Saber that could help us out at the start? I mean, Roland's alright. So Proto-Ku is right now better than Ku in terms of stats, but regular Ku is still better in terms of just his survivability and whatnot. I tell you, man, Proto-Ku really is awesome in how many stats he gets. He's only level 50. He doesn't even have that many foe items, and he's already at 6,400. That's pretty good for a 3-star. What I would like to see them do is make a second FP pool or something, and you could even make it like a legacy UI where it's like kind of not easy to find. It's not really in people's face, so it doesn't confuse people. But have a legacy FP summon that has the old 1 to 2-star CEs in it, and then you remove a lot of the garbage CEs that people don't want and put it in that. And that way, if for whatever reason you want those craft essences for collection purposes or whatever, you can still get them. But they really need to clean up their FP summon. It is just so bloated. Because to this day, I think okay. These are the two. Actually, I don't even have it. That's how hard it is to get. Well, I don't have a limit broken. These are the two best 3-star CEs in the game overall. They maintain usefulness. They're good at the beginning and they're good at the end, right? Because sometimes you need starting NP, but you don't need more than 50%, and this is cheap, so it's just really good. And that kind of thing. Gem Stone is good too. Gem Sword is good too. It's close. My thing is, I have a lot of experience with Jeweled Sword versus this. Okay, let me break this down. The reason most people bring up Jeweled Sword is because, don't lie to me, you don't have this limit broken. Because even though this is a 3-star craft essence, it's actually really hard to limit break. And a lot of people, when they're new to the game, they burn it. And so then when they start actually trying to limit break it, they're already a few copies down, and it is just so fucking hard. And then some people just can't be bothered trying to collect it, so they just burn it when they get it forever, and they just don't have it. Where everyone has this limit broken. This is one of the most... I would say basically every account ever has this limit broken because it's just so easy to get it. And they're very comparable to each other. However, I have a lot of experience with these two CEs because one, I've done the 1 to 3 star account with 3-star craft essences, so yeah, there's that, and I just, you know, I've done a lot of budget stuff, so I have a lot of experience with these two. Overall, this one is better. Like this ley line is better. Now there are individual circumstances that's not the case, especially with like Hans. You know, Hans is really good with this one. There are times where you're gonna be more loopy and you don't need it at the start and all that kind of stuff. But the extra 10% can absolutely make the difference, and it makes more of a difference more times than not than like this one having the NP gain in the long run. That doesn't mean this one's bad. I mean, this is still awesome, right? I mean, if I was gonna say the best 3 CEs, it'd be these 3, like absolutely. For a lot of players that have advanced accounts, this one ends up being the best. If they don't have the Da Vinci one, just because, I mean, it's all NP on death is awesome, right? It's very good. Where a lot of times you're going to have Sakura scope and Ilya scope and shit like that, and you end up not needing this as much. And what's really bad about the ley line is the fact that by the time you finally limit break it, you've already gotten good replacements for it, so it misses its window of opportunity because of that. But if you could get it easier, it'd be the best. And back in the day, this was so easy. My NA account has 1 million of these. And I think anyone that didn't burn it, that played NA day 1, has a lot of these. Because it used to be in the regular gacha, and there were hardly any 3-star CEs back then. So you got it like candy. It was so easy. And it was great. It was very helpful. And because I had experience from JP, I knew it went away. Well, it didn't go away, but it almost went away. Because this CE gets harder to get every day. Like, this is because they took it out of the gacha, and it's only an FP summon now, but they keep adding 3-star CEs to FP summon, so the pool gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It is so fucking difficult to limit break this now. It's a huge mistake. I honestly think they should just, when you start a new account, they should just give you a limit broken ley line. Like that, absolutely. I'd actually give people a few things. I'd probably start people off with limit broken Kinlan, limit broken this, limit broken one of each key, black key, stuff like that. If I don't remember if there's, I think the debuff, the 3-star debuff success chance one is limited. It's from Halloween. I just make a new one and start people off with that. Just start people off with some basic stuff. Make the experience better, and that can be comboed with making the main story harder for 1.0 for like the early stuff and less filler. Like, fucking awesome, dude. And I think their new player retention would just be so much higher if they would do that stuff. But let's not go into that again. Alright, maybe 1 Lancer is all I need. I'm in 2 minds about... We'll go with Protoku. I mean, that's a lot of extra attack, and I don't think I need the extra survivability. Protoku animation update, please. He's so cool. Like, god damn it, game. Alright, if someone fails to kill, I don't think it'd be Artoria. I think she's definitely gonna die. It'd probably be this one, so maybe a backup Saber or something. Or a Berserker, even though Berserkers don't get the bonus. Just enough to finish up. Because Charlemagne is pretty damn expensive on the team cost there. I mean, maybe we just have faith in Roland getting the job done. He's a strong lad. Not good if you want to NP, really good if you're doing normal card damage. I mean, if you got the team cost. This is where the old 1 to 2-star CEs would be better. You could do the like Harvest, Bountiful Harvest or whatever. It's like 25% starting NP. That would probably be the best here. Some of the new ones are decent. Like this one's pretty good actually. When you're really low on team cost, 4% attack, that's not bad. But overall, the old 1 to 2-star CEs are better. Like absolutely. This is like the only new one that's I'd say better than its equivalent. Because the old ones were just like 5% art up, 5% buster up, 5% quick up. Where like 4% attack up overall, I'd say is better. But yeah, all the other ones, I'd say the old ones were better. Except there's one like I think maybe this one, there's like a buff success chance one or something that's kind of okay, I guess. And honestly, I guess this is okay. It's 10% death resist, and there's so few CEs that have death resist in very rare and specific circumstances. It's not too bad to have that, but that's niche as hell. But it's something. Hey, wait a minute. Lub-a-dub, wait a minute. Let me read this. Hey, Green, not to go completely off topic, but what's your favorite actual Gundam? I know you prefer Jobbers, but I'm curious to know what your favorite Gundam is. Okay. What do you mean Jobbers? Okay, because it's not like grunts always do badly, right? There's plenty of times that the grunts do fine, right? Obviously because of stock footage and budget, right? They don't normally put a lot of effort into grunts, but there are times that the grunts do good, all right? There's been multiple times. You got Valiant Custom saving the day. You got, Stark Jakin did really well. There's plenty of grunts here and there that did well. There's that Leo pilot in Gundam Wing that saves heavy arms and punches the Ares in the face and all that, right? Okay, there's some good grunts out there, and I don't. Anyways, for Gundam type specifically, probably Calamity. I don't. It's tough. There's some Gundams I really like. They're just normally not very mainstream ones. But I like Calamity Gundam. I like Raider Gundam. I like the Dual Assault Shroud. It's a lot of Seed Gundams, but Seed has some of the best Gundam designs in my opinion. They just look really sharp and more practical, so I like them a lot. Let's see, non-Seed though. I like Gundam Mach 2. That's pretty good. I like Super Gundam, but good Super Gundam is basically Gundam Mach 2, so that doesn't really count. But let me think. I'm gonna run through some of the series here. What's wrong with me? I'm actually glad Cairo's not here right now. Because he'd be mad at me that I didn't say it. But Bile and Vidar those are really good. I actually like those a lot. Those are really cool Gundams. But yeah, a lot of my favorite Gundams are from Seed, like Providence, Calamity, Raider, Forbidden, Dual Assault Shroud. I think overall though it's probably Calamity. I think Calamity is my favorite Gundam. Alright, anyway, she gotta die. That's a lot of health. Good thing we get that bonus though. Do defense up right now. I need counterclass us. Maybe you know what? I think I need to start with George and then bring in Mash. That makes way more sense. Some of the G Gundam like meme suits are funny, but you know that's you rate memes differently than like cool factor and whatnot. Honestly, on cool factor, I don't really like any of the G Gundam Gundams. There's maybe a couple. I'm sure I'm forgetting something because they actually have a lot of Gundam designs over there. Art chain looking pretty good. Get Roland, if you will. So, off memory, G Gundam only has one grunt suit in the whole thing. I don't know, there might be like a generic police suit. It probably never like does anything, but there might be like a generic, government type suit or whatever, but the only real grunt suit that does anything is the Dark Army suit, and that looks stupid as fuck, so no love for that. For some reason, my chat is not... let me reload my chat here. My chat is not showing the 7TV stuff anymore. I wonder if my extension broke or something. Then it says it's on... Okay, now when I refresh, they're all there. Kinda great. As soon as I refresh, they're like everywhere. I see all the Riot Slide stuff. So, my favorite Witch of Mercury MS so far is the generic grunt from episode 0. The tan, brown, like purple one. It's not even close. I really like the design of that actually. Sucks that it's got like no screen time at all. It's because it's like set like way before the show starts, so it's like out of date, I think, by the time the show is a thing. So, Robin has his NP, but I could just taunt that with MASH. Do I want to do the invulnerability? Actually, I don't know. Maybe George is better. It comes down to if I'm gonna kill Artoria here or not. Because Bolg's coming up, and I could stop Bolg with the AoE evade, but that needs to be saved for her. But she might die and never do it. General thoughts on Witch from Mercury. The last 2 episodes were good, the rest of it was pretty bad. The Gruul, what was that his name? He was awesome, best character in the show because his actual character development and it's abnormal. Like, he starts off as the kind of character you think is just going to be like a villain throughout the whole thing, but then he actually matures and stops being a fuck. The thing I don't like is the show hates him and just makes him fail all the time to show off other characters, which is just like Monster of the Week garbage. It's so lame. Like, he should have beat that one guy. I forget the name, but that, like, the one dude with the other Gundam suit. He should have won that fight. That'd have been so dramatic and surprising, and no one would have seen that coming, because everyone thought he was going to lose that. And you don't need the main character to fight that guy anyway. That was so meaningless, so that was lame. Yeah, Bob. But yeah, the early episodes suck. All the early episode stuff could have been done in, like, 3 or 4 episodes. I am not exaggerating. Like, those first 10 episodes could be condensed into, like, 2 or 3 episodes. Like, it's just a complete waste of time. It sucks. I think it hurts the show a lot. But the last 2 episodes were way more interesting, and it could be good. So episode 0 is good, and the last 2 episodes are good. And then the rest of it is just so slow and fillery and just like, what the fuck. So yeah, right now, overall, I'd say I don't like the show very much, but it could, I think season 2 could because the ending was a lot better, the season 2 could, like, really, really turn it around. So we'll see. Well, I'm definitely in peeing with MASH. No, I'm gonna cycle her. Like, I can't, even if the NP thing works out, I just can't imagine her doing a lot here that, like, really matters. But yeah, it's got potential. Bob's awesome. The ending was alright. The beginning was alright, you know, with episode 0. Yeah, I just wish they'd stop being so Monster of the Weeky and, like, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Oh boy, we did not do good damage there. Okay, I probably shouldn't have cycled MASH because we... Well, the thing is, to not cycle her, I'd have to use her invulnerability. And the only reason to keep her is having the invulnerability for someone else, so... That's too broad of a question. Shit, let's see. Well, George is good here because we can block Bolg and block the AoE. Boy, I'm surprised that we did that little damage, but I guess we don't have David's upgraded NP yet, so... There is that. I am concerned, though. Favorite villain with a hat. Okay, no insta-death. That's good. Like, cycling to another unit would make them get hit by Artoria, and that'd be terrible. Boy, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna have to get another David NP. Yeah, I think we might actually lose this first attempt here. Man, buff removal didn't do anything. They didn't have any buffs. Guess I'll rainbow. Well, I'll do way more damage if I do this Buster card. Because it's double damage from your typical counter class. But we gotta get David's NP again. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. I think that's... We're gonna do absolutely no damage, but we gotta get what gain we can. $200,000. Should have been 100,000 otherwise. Incoming airstrike. David could probably face tank that with his first skill with the way the counterclass thing works here. Well, yep, we lose. We're not even in the ballpark here. This is bad. Gonna have to maybe have Roland come in a little later or something. Honestly, Robin Hood would be better here because if David's not upgraded, his damage is a lot lower than Robin's, and we don't even have his charisma, so Robin is a lot better, like right out of the box. Robin, please don't NP David. I could evade him, but I feel like we're going to need to save that. Jesus, though, this is it's pretty tough for like where this account is at. Yeah, you want a challenge. You do these advanced quests as you progress through the game, and you're not allowed to bring story supports to carry you and stuff. So I think as most people though will like level up really, really high, I suppose. But it might not be the correct class for what you're doing. So, might as well take the damage here while we got it. I'd like to do this card though. Just for the tiny NP gain. I don't know, maybe we can still win. Honestly, Saber Lily's pretty good. The only problem is her bad base stats, but her NP actually hits like a truck, and then she gets her NP so fast. You get her second passive, and then you do her buff quest. It's kind of nuts. Oh fuck, Ku doesn't have evade anymore. Get lucky, forehead. David, I'm gonna need you to kill this this Artoria here. Alright, I'm supposed to be using Tomoe Gozen as my archer. I completely forgot. Damn it, that's GG. If that hadn't happened, we actually had a chance to still win, but I killed this. Oh, I forgot we have other Ku, excuse me. Maybe we still got a chance then. Roland cannot die here. If Roland dies this turn, we're fucked. Also, I really wish we had a Buster card. Also, I just wasted my evade too, but oh well. No! I should have saved my buff removal. What's 2 turns? If it was rank 10, I could cast it right now. Oh, shit. God damn it. Maybe we get lucky and he NP's David. I guess he could NP Ku too. Of course. Oh, this is bad. Why? Well, at least that happened. Don't hit Roland. I think they got one more action left. Woo! Okay, well there goes David. Super died. Oh, bother though. There's no. I don't have enough damage. With the Buster up, we might just barely, but without it, I don't think we got this. If this was rank 6, I'd do more damage, and then I would clear the defense up, so he'd lose the defense up, and I'd gain a Buster up, so I'd probably kill him. Yeah, that would definitely have done it. Maybe the extra attack. Oh my God, chat. Are we gonna win? I think we might have this. We'll see. Ku at low level does have pretty garbage stats, but You know, double counterclassing is pretty strong, so... As long as Guts doesn't go off early, yeah, I think we got it. I think we got it. Damn, though, how is he doing that much okay, we might be fucked. I don't understand how he did that much damage. Oh, that's right, they get gimmicks when the other ones die. But still, I'm surprised he's doing that much damage there. I've got to be able to kill him next turn with crits. Uh-oh. See if this is Proto... no, we got it. No, we got it. Proto-Coup probably would have killed that turn, though, because he's got such a high attack stat right now. Whew. Boy, that was close. That was close as hell, but we got it. Yeah, we got 60, 100, 100. Yeah, he's super dead. Yeah, that was a good bit of overkill right there. Alright, boy, am I glad I brought 2 Lancers, though. No evade. Don't be Cancer now. None of that. Coup doesn't have sure hit until you do his buff quests, so big yikes. Oh, I like that. That was fun. I'm not gonna lie though. I predicted that correctly though. I think I had the correct kill order, and I think I predicted that the most likely thing to need at the end was another Lancer because I was killing Robin last. But we cut it really close on killing the enemy Proto-Coup there. That easily could have gone south. There was definitely some RNG in that. Alrighty. Oh god, I don't know if we can handle this one. These are getting tough, I'm not gonna lie. These are, you know, I have so many of those. Maybe, no, you always take hero proofs. There are so many characters. I mean, just Coup and David alone is enough to just destroy your hero proofs. So you take those damn hero proofs. Yeah, I gotta say, man, this is why I want the new I want the new player experience to be better. I want the main story to be more interesting, because this is awesome. Now, I wouldn't want the main story to be done exactly like these, because these are like too gimmicky. These are like strong arming you into very specific style of teams and stuff. But like having to actually work and use your units that you're getting and stuff is a lot more fun. And if you were doing this instead of fighting wyverns and zombies and wyverns, then, like, you know, it's so fucking boring, right? So if they could spice up the main story to be more interesting and cut out the filler, I would just be so happy. Yeah, proofs, because even new characters use proofs all the time. Like Pope Joan, I think, uses proofs in craft. So yeah, there's just always somebody needing proofs, old and new. Okay, chat, I am going to take a quick break because I need to eat dinner because I hadn't eaten yet. Because Cairo raided me out of the blue like that. And then I think we'll come back with some Arknights, because I haven't played Arknights in forever. You guys beat the level Phantom to E1 thing, and I haven't actually given it to you. So we'll play Arknights. We will actually level up Chat's nonsense, and we'll unlock the leveling up Phantom with channel points and all that kind of thing. And I think they've got a new event going on. I don't know if it's a typical event. I don't know what the deal with it is. But we'll check it out. So I noticed I was getting event currency from doing dailies, so I was like, what? But yeah, we'll check it out. Anyways, I'm gonna go eat. I'll be back in a little bit. And small events, I'm guessing it's short, but there's plenty to do in Arknights regardless, so. Anyways, boys, I'll be back. Take care. Blah, blah, blah.